Everybody. Nice to see you. Here I am, of course, your host, Roganautica. Thanks for being here with me, as always, to engage in something I like to think I could pass off as celebration. We'll see how that works out for me. In the end, of course, it won't work out at all. Nothing ever does. But at the moment, let's endeavor to make a piece of a kind with ourselves and our world. I brought a guitar. I can't play it very well, but I'll do what I can. Hello, Life with Addison. How are you? Nice to see you again. Hey, Josh. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping in the cotton, it's hot. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. Oh, so hush, little baby, don't you cry. Hello, President Putin. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and take to the sky. But until that morning, there is nothing that can harm you. Not with your daddy and mommy standing by. How am I as out of tune? Life with Addison, I had the kind of day where everything went as well as I could expect it to, and I got everything done pretty much, and I still, I don't know, I feel disgruntled today. I'm in a bad mood. So maybe if I turn the lamp sideways, maybe I like it better like that. Then I can't see the chat over here. I risk damaging a lampshade. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's a little weird. It doesn't. I think the jaundice effect will be in play with that. I think that the light bulb is tinted also. It's all right. I'm not gonna have good days for a while. I had a rough time for the last couple of weeks. I'm still recovering. Oh my God, Peter Cullen died? Jeez, why are these people dropping like flies? Turn the lamp upside down. Yeah. I could unscrew the light bulb, take off the shade, screw the light bulb back in. It'd be easier to switch rooms, actually. Hey, Clarence, how are ya? No, I'm not playing guitar. I'm just strumming it while I hold it. I wouldn't call it playing. I'm not a guitar player. Yeah, I had a bad day, but I shouldn't really have. You suck at guitar and especially singing. Well, why are you here? You suck at socially engaging with people in such a way as to make them like you. I don't know what to tell you. You probably shouldn't talk like that to people. What's wrong with you? He was also Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, but extraordinary person. Well, then why would you want to insult me? I think you're lying now, or you were lying then. What's wrong with you? Did your parents raise a piece of shit, or did you just grow into one all on your own after you left home? Hey, Snoop, what's up? Um, um, I thought I want to know that some stranger on the internet thinks I suck at playing and singing. Why? John Walsh AMW, why would I care what you think? Give me a reason. Is there one? What are we drinking tonight? I'm not drinking tonight, actually. I'm too broke. I mean, you know what? That's actually the whole reason I'm not in a good mood today. My bank card is still underwater, but I had to change my ability at this age. Do you not follow that I sing and play exactly how I want to? I'm a good violin player. You don't see me playing violin. To become better, I'm exactly what I want to be. As a guitar player, as a musician, the way I sing. I've been doing this since 1991. I've been playing to cheering crowds since 1991. I've had a cult following of my own in places like Hattiesburg, Mississippi, other places where I've had bands this whole time. It's a matter of taste. Some people don't like it. Yeah, Dolly never argued with fans. Dolly made bullshit pop music for bullshit listeners and bullshit radio audiences. I do authentic in here. I don't play like that. Been getting booed since 1991. I'm sorry. Do we need pieces of shit like you people in here? You need to put that on a shirt. Well, why don't I put it up your mother's ass, Leonard? Huh? Why don't you hook me up with your mom and I'll put it up her ass? Why don't we do that? Huh? Can I sing Mbop by Hanson? I don't know who that is. Don't you talk shit about Dolly. Well, I mean, she is a pop musician. I've never listened to her music much because she's awesome, but it's not like Dolly never argued with fans. Yeah, you're not my fan. You're a piece of shit. You're not welcome in here, and you're gonna get fucked and go away. Thanks. Um, hey, Cambridge, how are you? How did the call go on the tickets? It's like the one thing I didn't get to today, Josh. I looked at all the dates and I was like, okay, I can postpone that till tomorrow. Um, I got like 3 job prospects lined up that I got to chase first thing in the morning, and then I had to go. You think I'm great, thank you. Did I sell one of my phones? Yeah. So I had ready cash, but I put half a tank of gas in the tank, and then I ate lunch, and so I'm down to like $40 or $50. But how's the job search going? I got something in the bag for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. So I can. It's not the job I really want first, but I'm gonna. It's gonna take me. I need to have a job where money's coming in now. I mean, either that or beg you guys to front me a couple of hundred until I get paid, which I may have to anyway. Like I gotta have food and I can't run out of mushroom gummies. I'll die. I'll go out and kill other people. So, but I think it's just I'm like I don't like being at less than $50, man. I think I have 52 right because the bank card is at negative 46 and they never called me back from the bank, which is really annoying. Like, hey, you guys, I got dicked around on a charge. Can you? It's weird. I don't know if I explained that. I explained that yesterday. Um, um, scroll up. Did you see my message? Your first message. I need to lose some weight. I want to strip. I went to the strip club and the stripper gave me $1 to shake my tits. Hey, Sludgy, how are you? Um, so yeah, like, that's reassuring. Everyone open your wallet so we can prevent death. Well, I mean, oh my God, you guys have saved my ass so many times recently. I'm just really mad that I'm still in a position where I'm that broke for a minute. Maybe change banks. I mean, I have to anyway, actually. It's a local bank in Lima. But that's hold on. I thought I got rid of you, Leonard. I thought we got rid of you. Did I just block your message and then let you keep talking in here? Hey, Nate, how did I miss all these comments? Why am I missing all these? You know what? Let me open my chat in the other. Yeah, I was gonna ban Leonard. I meant to ban Leonard. Better than your place. Yeah, your place is anywhere but here. You're done. Get fucked. Goodbye. Nice to have met you, only it wasn't. Um, Go make your parents disappointed in you somewhere else. Um, I put him in timeout. I'm just like some troll. I don't have because of the weirdos from Mississippi. I have such a thin skin for like normal trolling now. I'm like no, and I don't want it to like. There's a lot of frankly not stable or sober people in here. Just want to fucking relax. Come on. I know everybody likes it when I yell at people. I'm really good at insulting people. No, I'm a Hollywood writer. Um, Oh, she feels her runs up and down the span. I put next to my baby's head, what I'll end up doing time. She looked so good in red. No, I'm an American nightmare, I'm running scared. Well, she should have been harder to kill. She should have been harder to kill. She should have been harder to kill. I had to split her head. Now I'm an American nightmare rolling scared. Well, I'm headed down the highway, sign me free and very nice. If the Lord don't get me, the devil will, but without a fight on this highway never fucking ends. Now I'm an American nightmare running scared. One more time I said I'm headed down the highway, to sign me free and very nice. If the Lord don't get me, the devil will, but not without a fight on this highway never fucking ends. Now I'm an American nightmare running scared. I'm an American nightmare running scared. Oh, I'm an American nightmare running scared. Oh man, the quitting smoking project is making me sing funny. Um, and I know I don't sound like I'm singing poorly, but I it doesn't feel right. I did get a stash of tobacco. I bought one black and mild cigar and I broke it up and put it in my pipe, but I left it in the car. I forgot to smoke some before I went live, so now I'm already on stage, right? I can't go out to the car. The Wi-Fi doesn't reach all the way to the car. Like I can't live stream from all the way down the driveway here. Um, like I can't go sit in the car and look at my phone. It's weird because this place is big enough. Like the driveway is long enough, and there's no cell service in the street. Like it's a dead zone except for right here. Bring in the pipe. No, I don't want to. All right, I can smoke it on the deck. I can smoke it on the deck. Um, I need to quit smoking. Rogan, what's your favorite slogan? We can share it. We can share the pipe. Mike G string. I don't know. Oh yeah, because I'm not smoking tobacco inside at all here. You haven't seen the cool pipe that Love Hello gave me. Um, I have this cool vintage handmade Polish pipe that belonged to Love Hello's husband's father, I think. Maybe it was her father. You know, it's very rude of me that I have just failed to remember that. And it was a gift from Love Hello and her husband. So, um, what do you mean G string? Um, let me turn off this little heater. It's already like it's so cold in Ithaca. Like I had to run the heater for 10 minutes just to psych myself into thinking it's um was saying your wife has a boyfriend. My wife who left in 2014, I should hope so, man. It's bad enough that I'm still single. Christ. I hope she's getting laid. Somebody is somewhere. This dark, benighted year of our Lord 2026. Somebody's having a good time with the. Hey, oh yeah, you had to get up early, man. It's you get some sleep. Yeah, get some sleep, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Zoe is over here. She's hanging out on my clean laundry. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I spell Zoe because I actually like my roommates named her Zoe, but when call her when I spell her name, I call her Zoe, just Z-O. Zoe. What, are you gonna ignore me? Your fans want you to do something cute. I guess that's cute enough. Yeah, 4:30, man, and you're operating heavy machinery, literally. You got to get some sleep, dude. Um, Also, you got to let me know if the operators still leave the keys in those things overnight, like they did that time we stole one and trolled it around the yard in the middle of the night. When you sent me a picture of that, I was like, that's the exact kind of crane me and my friend Duff stole one night when we were like 16. Uh, I don't know where Pie Wacket is. She left the room. Lockbox now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how many. It used to be back in the 80s, if a crane or a bulldozer was left overnight on a construction site, you guys, you could almost always find the ignition key like hidden on the machine, like usually just under the seat, because like who the hell is going to break into a construction site and drive a bulldozer around? Like I don't know how we found that out, but we were the guys who would break into a construction site and drive a bulldozer or a crane around. Yep. Um, Well, it's been 10 years and 1,000 tears. Look at the mess I'm in. I got a broken nose and a broken heart and an empty bottle of gin. Good night, Snoop. Well, I sit and I pray in my broken down Chevrolet. Oh Lord, I am lonesome and I'm tired and I can't take no more pain. So take it away, Lord. Please take away, Lord. Take away this ball and chain. He had to get up at like 4. I'm lonesome and I'm tired and I can't take any more pain. So take it away, Lord. Please take away. I won't do time again. Lord, take away. Please take it away. Lord, take away. Lord, take away this ball and chain. Well, I worked real hard and I settled down. Built a perfect life. I've got a brand new car, yeah, and a brand new suit. I even had a wife, but wherever I did go, I was sure to find myself there. You can run all of your life, oh, but you ain't going nowhere, so take it away. Please take away, Lord, take away this ball and chain. Oh Lord, I'm lonesome and I'm tired and I can't take no more pain. So take it away, please take away. I won't do time again. Lord, take away, please take away. Lord, take away. I got really distracted just suddenly on the fly there because of a note about a job that I wanted to make sure wasn't lost or missing. Hold on. Is that what I think it is? That's the tickets. Okay. That's where I want it to be. And then, hold on, where's my wallet? You're gonna shave my head. Oh my God, my head is shaped so weird. The back of my head has wrinkles on it in this very strange way that I think I threw away a note that I meant to keep about a job. All right, it's fine. I can drive by there again. It's fine. It's fine. Like, what's wrong with me? Just I shouldn't have written a note with somebody's name and a phone number on the back of a receipt from McDonald's. What was I thinking? I put the receipt from McDonald's in my wallet. I thought it's fine. Did I really just throw that away? I think I did. Sad. All right. I am the stupidest genius you will ever meet. I really am. All right. Yeah, I like the high hairline, but it looks a little better when the hair is a little longer. Like when my hair is a little bit crazier. I cut it too short. I started cutting it to, I think, whatever I had, 3/4 of an inch instead of, I don't know, but too close. Yeah, it's gotten to where, if I cut it like short enough that it's really short, then it's like, why aren't you just shaving your head? But it's because the back of my head has these weird wrinkles in it because my mom held me wrong when I was a baby. Give us a house tour right now. Maybe in a minute. Maybe in a minute. I don't know what Chris is doing. Um, it's cold out there. Did your hairline have a disagreement with your eyebrows? Yeah, they decided to split the difference and they couldn't find it, so they had to give that up and they brought the dispute to me and I I just ran out of joke. I just ran out of joke. I've had a pretty humorless day. Social distancing, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's at 6 feet. At my door, the leaves are falling. A cold, wild wind will come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone. I go out on a party, and I look for a little fun, but I find a darkened corner, 'cause I still miss someone. Oh no, I never got over your blue eyes. I see them everywhere. I miss those arms that held me when all of love was there. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we had begun. There's someone for me somewhere, 'cause I still miss someone. Oh no, I never got over your blue eyes. I see them everywhere. The Turtles, okay, so I'm going to show you guys why I just screwed up the ending of 2 songs in a row, because I forgot it was happening the first time. The thing I do where I use the edge of my thumb for a pick, so you can see it sort of bruises and messes up my thumb like all around, but I have to keep the nail trimmed back on that corner. I actually have not clipped my nails recently, and so I gotta find the clippers. I'm pretty sure are in here. I knew there was a reason not to dump all this stuff into this cup, into this, I don't know whether it's a cup. All right, the nail clippers aren't in here. Oh, here they are. All right. It's Snoopy or Mod, because he was saying you were a predator and everything over on Tyler's channel. He said he read things about you, and yeah, that's not true. I talked to him on the phone like an hour before the stream, dude. You guys are gonna have to try harder. I'm sorry, go back to Mississippi where everybody's as stupid as you are. Hi, Tina, how are you? Yeah, these guys from Mississippi, they think they can pretend to be anyone. What you guys have done is forced me to actually stay in close touch with my friends. Good work. Now I talk to Love Hello almost every day. I talk to Snoop almost every day. Talk to Red every day. It's nice on the Red front. It's nice because if it wasn't for you guys trying to trick me into thinking something was wrong, I probably would be ignoring her for a little while right now, and it's not a good thing. Let's see. How is Red? She's doing okay, according to her. I don't know the details, because I haven't been keeping in detailed touch with her. I've just been making sure she's okay, checking in once a day. And of course, Red's still my favorite, even though she made a ruckus of everything. She's still my favorite. I love her to death. But she says she's doing well. I hope she is. If she does well in Portland, then driving all the way out there for nothing wasn't for nothing. I mean, I got like 25,000 views last month, which is crazy. It was more like 30. 31 to be exact, actually. You love Howlin' Wolf, me too. Yeah, I love Red. I wish she'd be okay. I mean, I guess that's part of why I'm so depressed. I miss her. To give you a sip. Look. Show you the turtles. All right. Life with Addison may not know about the turtles. Life with Addison went on a house tour. So, now it's dark down there. They wanted to see the turtles. There are baby snapping turtles in here. Check them out. Look at that. They're getting bigger. They're bigger than they were just a couple of days ago. Hi, buddy. They stick their heads out of the water when they hear a human voice. You gonna climb out? You gonna climb out, little buddy? Can I pick you up? Oh, not on your back. But they'll hop out of my hand. It'll hop out of my hand in a second. Don't be scared. I just wanted to hold you. So the baby snapping turtles aren't aggressive or bitey. They just do that later. There's 8 of them in here. They got rescued from a fox. There's one up under there. They're so cute. Yeah, Chris rescued them. And he's got them in the tank until they're old enough to see. They stick their head out of the water to listen to your voice. Like they know I'm talking. They crane their heads up to listen. That one's listening. They're all doing it. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cool. I see. Okay, there's one back there. There's 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There must be 2 hiding. This guy really likes hanging out. Pale straw urine color. Yeah, I should probably wash my hand, huh? What you doing, Pie Wacket? You're hanging out with Chris. My Clary, how are you? That's clean enough. Yeah, Chris has been in like speed freak workaholic mode all day. I don't want to interrupt him. I don't think he is a speed freak. I think he's just wired like that. But I'm pretty much sure he is not. He's not. He might like Vyvanse. I don't know. I don't think so. He eats nothing but vegetables. He just runs on a different level than me. Someone else, and he got in a disagreement with his wife, and he was 120 there. It jumped to 600 in a minute. He finally had 1.5 at the end. Yeah, I mean, like the last month when all the road trip and drama was going on, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of views. Somebody came in here accusing me of making a lot of money on the stream and like lying about it. Like I don't have the ads on, so the stuff like I am monetized, but I'm not running ads. I don't have sponsors, so like if you give me donos, like the dono button, like that's, or if you give me money directly at PayPal or Cash App, I mean, in theory, I made a good deal of money on this last month, but it was all just emergency funds for the road trip. So, like now that I'm actually broke, but just sort of safe and need a job, like you guys are tapped out. Which is, I'm glad you guys were here. Thank you. But yeah, the 31,000 views was for the drama, not like people who like to hang out in here regular. Like, I'm sure. I used to say like, chat wants Rogan karaoke streams. They're threatening to strike me if I keep playing copyrighted music, so I have to not play any music at all for a bit. I can't believe I took a risk the other night when I was drunk and played a whole movie and ignored the chat. Let the R-rated movie just play, and I got dinged on an age restriction. I was out of my mind. Let's see. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's see. Where was it? Where's all the regulars tonight? Where is they be? Oh, you know what? School's back in. Also, 50 Shades of Grey. I could do a 50 Shades of Grey reading stream. That'd be kind of. I think you were. I talked about this last night. That like with the reading, I'm aiming for this sort of I don't know young adult area, but really adult books I'm not reading, even though there's a few I'd like to. I never read 50 Shades of Grey. Um, does McDonald's is back for snack wrap? It made of tortilla, cheese, and huh. That's strange. What is that? And lettuce and chicken? Is that what that? I just started writing something. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't need any new toe out Godspeed. So many fucked up people on here. Yeah, they're just glad to see you. Ryan Tabellus. That's weird because the guy I know who's in the band Godspeed is named Ryan. That's really strange. You guys are weird. You're gonna freak me out. You're gonna freak me out. Um, man, I'm tired. Can I just take a year off? I'm old. I don't want to. Yeah, like I actually like I keep forgetting that like this is actually the relaxing part. If I didn't have you guys to hang out with and do stuff for, I don't know. I worked on the movies list today. I didn't actually watch any movies. Hey, Baby Grizz. Hey, Sky Falls. I was just saying, where are my regulars? Boot my nose. Um, my nose has that little cleft in my nose, by the way, is a chicken pox scar that I caught in like 1978. Um, all right. Uh, boop. I don't, yeah, I need to learn some new songs, I think. You had your wisdom teeth removed? I hope not on both sides. Do you play any guitar? No. No, of course not. Nope. Charlie Hack was a fine illustrator. She used to draw a cartoon alligator for her high school periodical. She was not surprised when her order was mistakenly supersized. 'Cause when you work real hard, you'll get what you deserve. Her table, it's reserved. Her fish, it is fresh. Her cheese, it is old. Her parking space, it is available. And her coffee is never cold. She'd rather talk to you now than talk to you later. Later. Sergeant Hack, she can run for 40 yards as fast as an alligator. Sergeant Hack, she can run for 40 yards as fast as an alligator. It was Pyewacket who opened the door. When I was a freshman in college and lived in a dorm, my at that time best friend Jeremy decided to make it his business to torment my roommate until he just fled the dorm. Um, I mean, it was cruel. The guy didn't need any extra trouble from us. The blood moon is soon. Yeah, I can't do Heaven by the Psychedelic Furs, but I'm wanting to learn Heaven by the Talking Heads. I'd forgotten that there was a Psychedelic Furs song called Heaven too. Um, yeah, you can't. I can't even I can't do the Psychedelic Furs guy's voice. Like, um, yeah, I'd love to do Pretty in Pink. I could never talk the guys in my band into doing it though. They thought we would look faggy. They thought we would look pretentious. They were right. They were right. Love that one too by the Heads. Yeah. The band in heaven, they play my favorite song. Play it once again. You can't stuff that Brian Eno produced never tunes to an A, right? So it's hard to sort out by ear. Like not always, but usually. It's like trying to figure out a Rolling Stones or Velvet Underground song. Like you have to know the song well enough to pull it out of the air. I mean, not always, but Richard Butler, that's his name. Yeah, I've never gotten super into the first, but I've known a couple of people who were. Um, I never got really into Radiohead. You know the what is that? Oh my God, my eyes are going. My friend gave my other friend a spicy curry and kept playing Ring of Fire. Love is a burning thing. That was the psychedelic Furs voice doing Ring of Fire. You're welcome. You really like Radiohead? I don't like Radiohead that much. Um, I like to. I mean, they're. I think they've been a profoundly negative influence on modern rock, like much like the Beatles were in their day. Um, they don't have a front man the right way. The singer mumbles. He swallows his lyrics, and there's no hooks usually, with one or two exceptions. Um, Bass player, keyboards. I mean, their musicians are really good. The writing is really cold and distant and cerebral in this way that I don't know. I feel like if I sit down and get to know them better, but like I noticed them through their influence on other bands. Like I was always really into the Flaming Lips, and at some point I was like, what went wrong with the Flaming Lips at this one point where, and then I realized it was because they were really into Radiohead. The bands had come out, I guess. Um, do you like softer marching songs? I mean, I maybe Soviet marching songs. I don't know. I don't know much about that music. Speed of Sound by Coldplay. Coldplay's totally after my time. I've never gotten into them. Like there's a point at which like a typical too many people tried to copy them. I mean, yeah, well I mean you can't really hum their songs much. It's like a it's like a soundscape. Um, they aren't about lead guitar or lead vocals, even though there is lead guitar and lead keyboard and lead vocals everywhere. It's like a post Brian, sort of wall of sound effect. Do you like Garbage? I like them okay, but I never got into them really. Yeah, I stopped getting into new bands after Guided by Voices. Like Guided by Voices was the end for me. Like after that, I some of the people I was into before have aged and done more stuff that I like. And then there's like a heavy scattering of songs I think are good. But I went old man brained after Guided by Voices and stopped listening to new music. I don't know if it's even old man brain though, as much as like I'm just really into guitar rock. And so once it turns into like a post electronica kind of soundscape kind of thing, and the bands aren't. I mean, there are a lot of new bands that are really good and are old fashioned rock and roll and are guitar driven. They're not the center of the culture anymore. Like the last stretch of like really great new guitar bands was like from Nirvana to Guided by Voices, and then after that, I don't know. Um, yeah, you want Angel Dust, Faith No More. I never got really into Faith No More, but there's so many great bands from that period. I mean, like when is Radiohead's big stuff? They're like the next big thing after where I'm talking about, right? Like Radiohead's like early zeros. I listened to the first two Garbage albums, but I don't remember them very well. It's been a long time. I had a friend who was really into them. Guitar player was really into them. I like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Actually, I always forget that I like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I like them a lot. But their singer, like I just like I always think like she and I should have children so that we can raise them to be a rock and roll holocaust, like the Beach Boys being brothers, but she and I would have children that would destroy the rock and roll world. You liked Creed before it became cool? When did that happen? Sludgy Unicorn, how are you? OK Computer's 1999. I thought, okay, but the one I always heard was the good one was the Bends. I always heard OK Computer is where they started to go south. This is like thinking Pink Floyd is like Dark Side of the Moon is like if you're really into Pink Floyd, you're like, yeah, Dark Side of the Moon is where they kind of start to suck. Um, Arctic Monkeys. So I haven't gotten into Arctic Monkeys, TV Girl and Mitski. I mean, like there's a lot of good music from this period. Um, OK Computer is the best one. I'm tired of people pretending they always liked certain bands when I had to deal with catching shit for liking them for years. I don't think that's ever. I was into Nirvana before Nevermind. Um, oh my God, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit shot their first video on the Attic Expedition set. We were trying to stay out of their way. Those guys, like, we were painting the set for Attic Expeditions. There's like a van load. It was like six of us. And like we didn't know who like Limp Bizkit was. Like they were like it was their first video. They shot in the basement of that house. We didn't use the basement for our movie, so I don't you can't connect those dots. But they had rented out the basement. So we were just prepping our sets upstairs. So for the music video to shoot the music video, they have to play the same song over and over and over and over all day, loud enough that you can't get away from it in the house, even though it's a big fucking house. They're playing it loud. So like at first we all thought it was pretty good. Like we're all like, yeah, they sound like, they're trying to sound like Rage Against the Machine, Nine Inch Nails a little bit. They're clearly a corporate creation, but it's pretty good for the first 20 or 30 times. Then like lunch, we get together in the room downstairs for lunch. I don't know, but maybe Boiler because they were in the basement, Sludgy. It's the basement of an old house in East LA. I don't know what it looked like down there. I never went down there. So I assume it looked like a basement. Boilers are in basements, right? I guess basements get rearranged too. I don't know. I don't know if I would what time should you go to bed tonight? I don't know. Aren't you gonna stay up and I don't know. I thought you thought it was fun hanging out in the reading stream last night. I'm gonna read some more Island of Dr. Moreau at midnight, by the way, guys. I said that we were getting to the fun part last night, but the fun part is the speaker of the law, and I think we'll get to the speaker of the law tonight. What is the law? No spill blood. The Oingo Boingo song. I always think of the Oingo Boingo song. We walk on two legs, not on four. To walk on four legs breaks the law. What happens when we break the law? Freddie hangs out in the boiler room. It's true. So, it was rearranged because Boiler was shot on a back lot. Yeah, they never came outside. It was entirely in the basement, and they didn't have a prepared set. Like they just went and used the basement as is, but I don't know what it looked like. Bible study after this book. Oh my God. Um, so yeah, so like we thought the song was pretty good, and then we didn't. By lunchtime, we were all sick of it. And and then like we had this product placement wine. There were these crates of cheap, really shitty wine. Like it was like Mad Dog 2020 level wine that were in the living room. And I gave up on painting. Like after about the 40th time I had to hear that Limp Bizkit song. Also, like I went hanging around on the set trying to catch those guys doing drugs. There was never a band less high on set in their lives. I don't know what's wrong with those guys. But when Limp Bizkit weren't actively shooting, the members of the band just sat on chairs going, like literally, the two guys I could identify as members of Limp Bizkit didn't even close their mouths. I was like, are you just that stupid that you don't know flies can get in there if you don't close your fucking mouth when you're not fucking yapping? Like, I don't understand what's wrong with you guys. You're making a music video. Where are you sneaking off and doing your drugs? You don't have a trailer. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what do you think music videos are about? I don't understand. I don't understand. So by the end of the day, we just quit early because we were like, we're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill those motherfuckers in the basement. Limp Bizkit. Who calls a band limp anything? Who calls a band limp anything? I don't understand. I do not understand. Hey, police dude, how are you? You're in a predicament? Really? Message retracted. Did I ever see Body Bags? Yeah, but I don't remember it very well, Chatty. I thought it was I thought it was good, but I don't remember it very well. Perdition. You're in a perdition. You mean a predicament. You're not in a perdition. That's not a Well, I mean, we're all in perdition, really, when it comes down to it, or at least purgatory. At least purgatory is where we're at. It's where we're at. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how anybody really liked Limp Bizkit, but I just, if you call your band Limp anything, I don't know. I had trouble listening to the Soft Boys. It took a long time for people to convince me the Soft Boys were worth listening to, because why would you call yourself the Soft Boys? Um, Road to Perdition. What's up, Cougar? Hello, Starvey Arby. I liked Road to Perdition, Chatty. I always forget. Body Bags was 2 episodes, right? It was two 45-minute long. Yeah, I think it was like a failed pilot for an HBO series. Like they were trying to do Masters of Horror. You just got into a small bar fight, like a little one, just a little one. Um, Cougar. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of cougarish. I'm a little old, frankly. I'm a little old. I'm a little old for that. I gained 10 years in the last 2 weeks, you guys. Am I still living with that guy? Probably. I am living with somebody, with Chris. Where is he? He's hanging out in the other room. 3 episodes? There were 3 stories in that? So Batman Nightfall, is that the new R-rated animated movie that's like blowing up right now? I heard there was a new R-rated Batman animated movie that's blown up right now. I look right, thank you, Vladimir Putin, but I look fucking 10 years older than I did a month ago, man. I really do. I aged all at once. Like about, in fact, I aged all at once right before the second time I got pulled over. Like I went back through the AI clips, and the one where I got pulled over. Did John Porky ever apologize? Marmot, he came in my DMs and begged me to be his friend again. I don't know about apologizing. Um, he's made people think they're romantically involved only because you're saying so, man. Um, John Carpenter directed 2 segments and Toby Hooper directed one. Well, then the Toby Hooper one's the good one, huh? Uh, I lost all my writing again. Both my backup hard drives failed today. I don't know what's going on. My laptop won't recognize either of them. It's very depressing. I needed the other machine recovered anyway, but I don't get to write screenplays yet. I'm gonna have to pay for the computer to get recovered, and I'm several $1,000s of car bullshit on the other side of that. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. I worked on my movie list today. I have now a list of the 158 most important movies from 1974. I'm moving forward and forward. I'm not ignoring your chats. Um, you didn't say anything. The Toby Hooper one starred Mark Hamill. Really? Man, Toby Hooper was great. I arranged to get a script to him, and the other writer on it blew it up because I had to quit speaking to a writer over um the guy who played Optimus Prime. Yeah, um, Peter Cullen, right? Is his name? We were just talking about him, and we lost Frankfurter yesterday, Tim Curry, and we lost Dolly Parton the day before that. Who's next, man? That's just a rough run. I guess that's because the weather's turning, right? Like we're right at the end of summer. That's why we're losing old people. They're dropping like flies, right? Yeah, Tim Curry. Well, I knew Tim Curry was really ill, so I was prepared for that. I'd seen pictures of him just totally falling apart. Like I don't know if you like I don't know how much his social media stuff was getting around. Um, Robert Pattinson is the greatest actor since Jack Nicholson. He's pretty great, isn't he? I love Cosmopolis. He's so good in Cosmopolis. He's a little too old now, but he should have played Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. Um yeah, Tim Curry is I mean it's not just a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I should do my one Rocky Horror song, huh? Um I loved him in Legend. Legend came out when I was 14. I saw it on the big screen when it came out. For playing darkness or Satan and ignored it again. Why are you what? Oh, I said oh, it was hidden. It's not, it's only, I don't know why that got held back for being, I don't know why. I said we like older. Thank you. Thank you. Um, uh, uh, thanks. I'm good at being old, but, um, I do look good for a very, 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 very old man. But I look very old. Screw you, Vlad. The fuck, dude? You gonna fight about movies? Um, So in Legend, um, Tim Curry's hit the horns. Um, weighed 45 pounds. That's why it's built down the back of his neck. The whole rig weighed 45 pounds. And he had to practice with weights for 6 months, building up to being able to swing that 45 pounds around without, like, that's why when he moves, it looks like there's real weight to the horns because there is. It's crazy. And like how much of that is real muscle? I don't know. Like he's all muscle and then it's built up down the back of his neck. It's a crazy piece of makeup work. Um, yeah, and Clue is just great. I loved Clue when it came out. Yeah, 45 pounds, and he had to practice for 6 months building up to it. Yeah, it's incredible. Um, and yeah, Clue, he plays the butler in Clue. That also came out when I was 14. And like nobody liked it but me. Like so Clue now when you see Clue, all the home video versions of Clue have three endings back to back, like ending number one, ending number two, ending number three. Um, I think the only one that's the thing that's the same in all three is that the guy who's secretly the cop says, "Now I'm going home to sleep with my wife." Um, so when it came out in theaters, it had different endings depending on which theater you saw it in, and it was random. Like they just sent prints with different endings to different theaters. So, like if you saw it in one place, you would get one ending. If you saw it in another place, you'd get another ending. But nobody saw it, so it didn't matter. Like it's hard to believe now, but Clue went over like a Led Zeppelin. It flopped huge. The reason there wasn't a video game movie until like the 90s, like the first time they ever made a movie based on a game, it was Clue the movie, and it just flopped. And then the second time, it was Super Mario Brothers, the one from like 1989, which is a really fun, bad movie. It's really good, but totally, totally flopped. And then it was Silent Hill. And I reviewed Silent Hill when it came out. Um, uh, I don't I don't remember what year Silent Hill came out. Silent Hill's kind of great, but it didn't. Oh yeah, well it's weird that Clue flopped because it's so popular now. Life with Addison, like nobody under the age of 30, like um nobody under the age of 30 would believe that it like they're like what? It's just one of the huge movies from that year. Rocky Horror Picture Show flopped when it came out too. Um the home video era, like they make sure that doesn't happen now, where movies are like failures theatrically, but then they clean up on home video. It's Blade Runner flopped when it came out. Dune flopped. Like most of the big movies of the 80s were, well, not most, but a lot of them were flops when they came out. Yeah, I love playing Clue too, Life with Addison. I grew up on that board game. That was one of the few functional board games we had at my house. Something about the atmosphere of that game I really like. Clue, the movie, of course, is based on, it's kind of, it's inspired by old dark house thrillers. Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter came out before Silent Hill. That's right. Okay. The Street Fighter movie, I don't, that one, there was a live action Street Fighter movie, wasn't there, Chatty? And then there was that animated movie called Street Fighter 2. Yeah, Mortal Kombat did well and it was good. And I was working in a video store when it came out and nobody would believe me that it was good. Like it was clearly intended for 9-year-olds and the special effects were really advanced for their time. Like that looked, it was a really good looking movie. Um, they could do a really cool remake of Clue. So Clue, that movie is based on, is closely inspired by old dark house thrillers from the 1930s. Now, this old dark house thrillers were hugely influential all around. The Scooby-Doo cartoons were kind of ripped off from old dark house also. So for one thing, old dark house movies are named after a movie called The Old Dark House, but most of them were before that. It's sort of like if 80s slasher movies were called Scream movies. Um, See the outfit of today, what I'm wearing. I always wear a black t-shirt and black pants. Uh, yeah, it was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. He's always in good movies, Chatty. Do you remember Time Cop? Time Cop was so good. And Hard Target. The Chinese edit of Hard Target was so good. Yeah, I always wear the same thing. I did start working out again. I gotta get back in shape. Um, I don't like to take off my shirt on stream when I'm not all like not all cut. Um, yeah, so The major old dark house thrillers are from the 20s. I think the Bat Whispers is 1931. The old dark house thrillers, like the premise is there's a mansion in the country. Sometimes there's a reading of a will. Sometimes there's an impromptu dinner party caused by a storm. In any case, they're trapped. They're cut off by a storm usually. Usually a cop comes by and says there's a murderer on the loose in the neighborhood in such a way that you suspect maybe the cop is the murderer. Sometimes there's somebody running around the house killing people in a costume. The Bat Whispers has sort of an evil supervillain character called the Bat that was an influence on the Batman comic books when they were created. Communism is just a red herring. Oh yeah, that's in all three endings too. That's right. Um, uh, the famous Agatha Christie novel, Ten Little Indians, with the racist title in the original English, or and then there were none, also sort of closely inspired by old dark house thrillers. Every episode of Scooby-Doo for about the first 5 years is an old dark house thriller. Um, the best one, well, no, the Bat Whispers is great. Like when I was trying to watch movies in here as a regular thing ongoing, but the bots kept fucking with me. We watched the Bat Whispers one night. But the Old Dark House is really fun too. Like the premise of the Old Dark House is that several cars full of drunk people. That's Prohibition era. So for one thing, it comes at drunkenness like it's fun drug culture. Like it feels like a weed smoking movie, but they're all just drunk the whole time. You need help picking out an outfit for bed tonight. A one piece white long sleeve or a black crop t-shirt and black shorts. Are you kidding? You know I'm gonna go for the black. Come on, you know I'm gonna go for the black. Um, Yeah, so the old Dark House thrillers are great movies. The Bat Whispers is super fun. These movies are really funny and creepy and the thing where the hand comes in and grabs somebody and just pulls them into the wall. There's always secret panels. There's usually the thing where there's the unmasking of the villain. In the Bat, there's a serial killer who dresses as a bat. Um, and they made probably 50 or 60 movies like this in the 1930s. They're all really fun. It's kind of like 80s slasher movies. There's no bottom of the barrel. The worst ones are really good. And Clue the movie is hugely influenced by those movies. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think they did do a stage play based on Clue the movie eventually. That the guy who wrote the screenplay, it's basically his only. I looked this up when I covered it for my channel. I made a standalone review of Clue the movie. You know what? Yeah, it's a parody, right? It's a revival and a parody of that genre, right? Exactly, Sludgy. The Old Dark House is on Tubi, I think. All of these movies are free on YouTube. Hold on a second. Let me pull up some links. Um, the Old Dark House is just spectacular. James Whale directed it between directing Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. And you did clue it, so there is a play based on it. I figured somebody had to have done that, Snail Corn. Um, yeah, hold on a second. Let me do this. Let me do this. Um, let's see. The Monster with Lon Chaney Sr. Let's see, is this a good print of this? Yeah, it's pretty good looking. This is a silent movie. This is the first well, I do know. Actually, I was gonna say, as far as I know, no, I've watched all the silent movies now. I'm a total expert on silent movies. Oh yeah, and the old Dark House movies are an influence on Rocky Horror Picture Show as well, where they show up at the mansion, there's the party, there's the series of murders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're really seminal. Um, Hello, Jewel. How are you? Did I hold back? Now we're matching with the black. I see that matching with the black. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not ready for bed yet, though. I gotta go live for a few more hours here. All right. So there's a link to a print of Roland West's The Monster. Lon Chaney Sr. is in that movie as the scary mad scientist in the basement. Super fun movie. There's a bit in that movie where like the nerdy kid who's trying to impress the girl keeps saying he's been taking a detective correspondence course. And he keeps telling you little things he's learned in his correspondence course. And he's waiting for them to mail him his detective certificate. And he gets a package in the mail and he opens it and there's a certificate that says that he's like a real detective who can solve crimes. And there's a gun and a pair of handcuffs and a badge. Like, here you go. You're a detective. Go get him, Tiger. Um, Roland West, who directed that, then went on to direct The Bat, which now The Bat he also remade as The Bat Whispers. The original silent movie The Bat is um is the movie that you'll get slightly conflicting reports on this, but the original Batman comic book, like the first story, not the origin story, but the first appearance of Batman. There are several key panels, really memorable, iconic panels and images, and I totally stolen from this movie, Roland West's The Bat. Uh, there's a link to The Bat. Um, Now, Roland West, who directed The Monster and the Bat, directed a third old dark house thriller. Probably the best of the three. It's a sound remake of The Bat called The Bat Whispers. They created an entirely innovative widescreen process just for this movie and The Big Trail. They only used it for, I think, those two movies. Um, uh, they do this thing where they have the camera on like a pulley wire, like a bat swooping through the air, which just looks crazy in a movie this old. Like they didn't do stuff like that then. All the design in this movie is incredible. This is this is a truly seminal movie. If you hang out over at my house, you end up watching The Bat Whispers. Um, and one more, The Old Dark House, which I was gonna say might be the funnest of all of these. It's close. James Whale's The Old Dark House. I can't remember the name of the guy who plays the lead. He's really good. Uh, Boris Karloff plays the scary Scarface guy who's drunk and attacks the women. It's just really, it's sort of like the Breakfast Club in a haunted house. Like a bunch of drunk people get stranded together and they all have bonding experiences. The guy and the girl decide they've fallen in love, but meanwhile there's scary stuff going on in the house. The hot blonde girl's amazing, and I'm not even into blondes normally. I thought it was Fay Ray in the Old Dark House, but I don't think it is. I think just a similar, like, sort of wafy, anorexic blonde, with dyed blonde hair. Um, hold on. Let me see. What was I just talking about? What movie? Oh, The Old Dark House. Um, Now, some of or all of these movies, this is 1932. Some or all of these movies are on Tubi, other places, Amazon. Movies this far back, there's really good prints on YouTube. Like you don't really need to go anywhere farther than YouTube to see these movies. Um, yeah. Um, French Lips and White Toes. French tips and white toes, French lips. I don't know what I think I meant by that. Maybe I do know what I meant by that. Um, yeah, Sludgy, a high school play. Doing Clues, a high school play. I mean, it'd be fun, but could they pull it off? Any high school, like, it's such an ensemble piece too. Everybody's got to be really funny. Um, all right, I just ran out of energy. That was it. Thanks for coming to my little film lecture. I wish we could watch movies. The bots just, they're coming at me hard for copyright now. The thing that I specifically got threatened with, if you do this again within the next 90 days, you were going to get a strike, was a public domain recording of Elvis. He loves gay movies for some reason. Wait, your dad, who's a conservative Republican, showed me Rocky Horror when I was like 6. Um, yeah, I don't, somehow the gay thing in Rocky Horror gets past some people if they grew up on it the right way. I think it's because like Sludgy, I don't know how old your dad is. Like I was born in 1971. Um Rocky Horror, the first time I saw it I was like 14, 15. Like um it inspired me. Like I felt like I should be bisexual and into free love because of that movie. Um did my best. I kind of only like girls, but I try every now and then. I really wanted us to do that show at my high school, so I could play Frank. I really wanted to play Frank. Um, the best movie in my opinion is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You mean the one from? I'm assuming about when you were born, actually. I'm assuming. Right, there was a trilogy of live action movies in the early zeros after the Lord of the Rings movies. There's an animated movie from the 70s that I really liked. There's also a TV version for BBC that was pretty good of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Life with Addison. The Zeros movies, those three, Narnia movies, the guy who produced those movies was obsessed with Narnia. He was the lead producer on all three of those movies. Um, and Narnia 3 was trash, the one based on Dawn Treader. I don't remember it being anywhere near as good as the first two, but he had to make them all three at different studios. Like every time the studio was like by normal, like they made money, but they weren't giant runaway hits. So they refinanced and reconfigured it three different studios. And then when they couldn't get the silver chair made, he committed suicide. The guy who produced those three Narnia movies committed suicide after the third one because he couldn't get the fourth one made. Or at least it times out so that's what it looks like that's what happened, which is really disturbing to me. I haven't seen them since they came out. I remember Prince Caspian being the best one. Um, yeah, the guy who the lead producer on those three movies committed suicide. Really young too. He was crazy young for a producer. Like he was like 28 or 29. Um, there's an animated movie from like 78 or 79 or 80. I'd have to look it up. Hold on, I am gonna look it up. It was on when I was a little kid. Uh, and it looks like Charlotte's Web kind of Yellow Submarine kind of look. Like it was made by people who did animated segments for like Electric Company and Sesame Street, and it premiered on TV on PBS. It wasn't great as I recall. Like it was on TV when I was a little kid and I didn't love it, so it must not have been like totally great. Hold on, I'm gonna at least find a trailer for that. Hold on. Um, let's see. Um, so the your favorite old movie is The Wizard of Oz? Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. That's one of my absolute favorite. Okay, cool. So the animated version and the BBC version are both on YouTube. Um, hold on. I'm gonna share links. I'm gonna share links. This is fun since I can drop the links to the movies into the chat. Usually we talk about movies that aren't like if you're young, you might not know most of the great movies are free on YouTube. Like you don't ever have to really pay to see. I mean, if you're into old movies, Toto had it coming. Jesus Christ. That's rough. I really want to read the Oz books on my late night reading streams. And I was saying last night, Life with Addison, I don't want to read books that will directly bait actual children into my reading streams. Like The Wizard of Oz is too, the Oz books they're really for children. Then children will come in, and then I'll smoke weed or swear, and everyone will hate me. And they already do. They already hate me. It's rough. It's rough enough. Um, Hi, Zoe. What's up? All right, here we go. So there's the animated Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I, it looks cool if you just look at trailers. Like I mean, maybe how dare you say children? No, no, but I don't, no, there are no children in here now. But that's what I'm saying. If my reading streams are like, if somebody Googles reading The Wizard of Oz and they find my streams, there some mom is gonna park a room full of kids in front of me, and then it's gonna be a problem. I can't manage myself. I'm beyond management. So, um, Toto was a yapper. Um, that remind me about the Toto talking thing. Okay, so here's the BBC one. Now the BBC Narnia series is really cool. Um, they're typically of their era. They're like low budget children's they're like Doctor Who. Like they're cheap, but they're cool cheap. Um, and ankle biters get punted. Um, so um BBC, there's the BBC one. Now, BBC they did Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, Dawn Treader, and Silverchair, and they did 4-hour TV adaptations of all of them. Um, it's weird how carefully written they are for how cheap they are. Like when I tried to watch The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, um, I do get it. Look, I'm an old man, and I don't. Come on, come on, come on. Let's not. Can we? You're never gonna let it go. It's always there's gonna. It's just it's there's gonna be dirty jokes in here all the time. There's nothing I can do. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The TV versions for the BBC version, okay, so the animated version is I think 1979. Like it was on TV when like about the same time as like those Rankin Bass Christmas specials and like Charlotte's Web and The Hobbit. In fact, it was right after The Hobbit. Um uh and the TV, the live action TV versions um keep the jokes alive. Yeah, just inject it with new life, feed it one of those blue pills. Um, the ones that I would be ashamed to ever need. Um, the TV versions that are live action are late 80s, 1988, 1989, something like that. Am I collaborating with Crack this Saturday? I said I was going to. Oh my God, I never look in Discord. I forget that he's on Discord and that's where I talk to him. I gotta look in Discord. We gotta arrange something. Yeah, I just touched base with him and I was like, yeah, by next Saturday I should be just stream the movies on Kick. Well, so for one thing, somebody made a fake attack Roganautica channel on Kick. And so I can't be Roganautica at Kick. That's annoying. But yeah, Kick is where you can watch whole movies, right? You can just do that there, dank gnome child. Um, yeah, maybe I should Kick for film school. As a secretary of Crack's Defensive, I have to know before time. We got to figure out what we're gonna do. Um, we shouldn't announce we're gonna do a collab. We should hang out on Saturday and figure out what we're gonna do when we do a collab is what we should do. Um, I got it. Zuri, how are you? Yeah, I totally forgot I gotta catch up with Crack. I see he's been going live a lot because he's trying to get his numbers up so he doesn't like so he can get monetized before the Hammer of Doom extends the numbers you gotta hit. All right. If I write just Crack and circle it, do you think I'll remember what that? Oh, you know what? I'll write Saturday. So I'll check in with him. Is he I'll see if he's live when I get out of here. I should change my profile picture. Why? Um, I haven't changed it like forever. That's the one I took when I don't know why. What did you do? Wait, I don't know what that means. What was the other thing I was about to write down? Oh my God. Twitch. Oh, Twitch and Kick. So yeah, I said I was gonna launch at either Twitch or Kick to do like film school streams, and then some assholes in the ops created like fake Rogan Attack channels at Twitch and Kick. I do have an actual. I set up to go at TikTok, but yeah, TikTok also they come down on. They have the bots. Like you can't get past their copyright shit so easy a lot of the time with music anyway. I don't know about movies. Um. I gotta learn to do some editing. But yeah, I want to go somewhere where we can, I mean, like you saw what I just did with the links to all those movies. It'd be much better if we could just watch clips and trailers and stuff on the fly or watch whole movies. Like film school means let's just sit around and talk about random movies and I'll come up with some good shit to watch. Mr. Vancouver, you'll be sending me money tomorrow. Awesome. Because I'm really about $200 behind making it through to a first paycheck from my next job. Um, Thank you, Mr. Vancouver. My day went really, I did everything I needed to get done today, and I'm just so freaked out about like being like $4,000 behind where I need to be. Also, my hard drives that were my backup for my screenwriting and stuff failed, and that's really annoying. Thank you, Mr. Vancouver. That's awesome. You're awesome. Fuck, I hate it that I need money still. I just want to get ahead. Zuri, YouTube blocked your message. Oh my God, did I miss another one? I keep not looking at my second screen. Hold on. Crack, yes, Rogan. Crack, let's remember to go watch Crack. Why does he gotta call himself that? Um, I'm turning into my mom. When I was a teenager, and my sister's like 6 years younger than me. So like where her teens like were my early 20s, right? For watching movies with our mom, who was a single mom, no dads around. So for some reason, like she got really into church. And then she, like, we would watch R-rated movies and she would pretend that she was just virginally stupid. Like this thing you've seen me do in here where I just sort of burn past the dirty jokes and pretend I don't get them. Our mom would like be really weird about it. She would like try to goad us into explaining things to her. Like there would always be these weird moments where it's like, yeah, mom, she was going to give him a blowjob. What are you talking about? Mom, we're not going to explain this thing to you. We already know you know. Why are you being weird? Like, um, what R-rated movies? I'm trying to think of one where, uh, so I did once see my mom get offended and walk out of the room. I was trying to watch. I was watching Wild at Heart with a date. I don't remember who the girl was, but my mom insisted on crashing our date and hanging out in the living room unexpectedly. Um, Trans women are still men. Yeah, I know. It's hot, right? Um, just here to hopefully remind everyone we teach kids how to change their car's oil over here, not gender. I think I like it when they change gender. I don't know about you. I don't. I think it's kind of hot. That's all I gotta say. What's wrong with you? Open your mind, expand your horizons. Um, and let me get rid of you. Actually, let me just get rid of you. I don't have the patience for this. Don't be fucked up about trans people around here. Have you met my daughter? I mean, sometimes she's my son. Um, what an awkward movie to watch with your mom. So, okay, so Wild at Heart, for one thing, the first time I saw Wild at Heart, I watched it with my dad. Um, it was 1990 when that came out, 1990 or 91. And my dad had gone out with his girlfriend. He was like, I'm going to go out and get drunk and have dinner. We're going to be out all night. So now I had just moved in with my dad. So he didn't know I was a dedicated weed smoker. I had just found weed for the first time in Mississippi. So my dad went out to have dinner with his girlfriend, and I like got high as a kite, got high as a kite. Like I fishbowled the whole house, like smoked a lot of weed and hit play on the movie. And then like I heard an argument in the driveway, and my dad came back in and went to the liquor cabinet and got two glasses and a bottle of whiskey and came back into my bedroom and was like, "Where's that dope I smell? What are we watching?" And Wild at Heart happened to be the perfect movie to watch with my dad, like the exact intersection of his taste and mine. My dad was a big fan of like Raymond Chandler and Ross McDonald and writers like that. His favorite writer was Elmore Leonard. So I found that when I was a teen. Um, yeah, the part of Wild at Heart that made my mom leave the room, like there's a running thing where like the evil gangster just has decorative topless women hanging out. Like it's not clear whether they're serving staff or it's like Hugh Hefner's mansion, but there's just gorgeous half-naked women like going around like around him. And there's this bit where he's on the phone, the evil gangster, and there's two topless women standing behind him. Uh, and one of them says to the other one, something like, "That bitch Mandy stole my comb," as if to imply all the hot girls live in a dorm somewhere together. And that was the last straw for my mom. My mom was like, "I'm out." Um, yeah, I don't think my mom liked David Lynch much. Uh, I think Wild at Heart might have been the only David Lynch movie my dad would have liked. He would have liked The Straight Story. My dad was the kind of guy he would have watched Twin Peaks and Lost Highway and like Inland Empire, the core David Lynch stuff, and my dad would have gone right to it's just a bullshit job. It's a dream sequence for people who are tripping. It's not an actual mystery. Like it's a mystery about a mystery. Like my father would have got it and not liked it. Um, my father my father once said to me that well, he thought it was really weird how passionate I was about LSD back in the 90s. And at one point, I asked him why he didn't like LSD. And he said, because it's a tool for changing your personality, and I like my personality the way it is. Like, he also didn't like Lord of the Rings. Like, he just was like, that elf book bullshit is bullshit. He was one of those guys. He was a lawyer from Mississippi. God, I miss my dad. I miss him a lot sometimes. He drank himself to pieces. He just drank himself to hell. He was not there by the time I introduced my daughters to him. When I got divorced, I had the money to do a couple things. And so I traveled to Mississippi with my daughter Red, who was living with me at the time. Um, and introduced her to her sister and introduced them both to my father. But I don't think anything much came of that. In part because my dad was so drunk. He was just so drunk. Not Mississippi. Yeah, I'm from Mississippi, sort of life with Addison, but that's why I have enemies there. The obstinate enemies come from you. I don't. You haven't been around long enough, probably, but you'll see. Like I get a lot of trolling in here. I get a lot of trolling. But the evil trolls, the ones who are really trying to mess me up and tell really crazy, malicious lies about me, they're from Mississippi. Um, they made sure I couldn't keep a job there, and they were doing their best to try to make sure I couldn't have a place to live, and I was getting a lot of death threats, so I had to leave. You were watching my old lives. Yeah, the Frodos and Tylers. Yeah, well, the Tyler crowd, I don't mind them. The you tried to keep up. Yeah, so I have a huge arc privated because there's a stay away order with a key stalker, Life with Addison. Um, I really need to unprivate some of that, but like I need to edit it for privacy concerns. Also, like a huge chunk of the old lives are privated now because the op channels, the attack channels, they'll clip chimp not me, but other people looking fools in stream or me bad mouthing other people in stream. Like I don't want them dragging anyone else into it. So like I lived with this messed up guy, Big Dave, for a while, and there's a clip of Big Dave's kitchen, and all the comments are about how gross Big Dave's kitchen is. He's dying of cancer. So like there's a reason his kitchen is gross. I mean, there's multiple, but he's dying of cancer. Leave the fucking guy alone. So there's a whole stretch that I was privating all the lives as I went for a while, just so I wouldn't have to answer for like this and that detail that had to do with other people. There's another, the clip where they attacked me in the bar that one of the op channels has up. One of those girls, Holly, started coming in here trying to pretend I was harassing her. Like she just was working up a big like thing about how she'd come in here and be like, "Why are you stalking and harassing me?" I'd be like, you're coming in here, lady. What are you doing?" So like I wanted those privated because I mean I don't want to stalk her and harass her. Like why are you bringing your name in here, lady? So don't make my audience hate you, and then they won't. I don't know what to tell you. My Rogan would not harass anyone. I wouldn't though, actually. Um, my ex-wife told me to go away and never speak to her again, and I did. um, all right. So what are we doing? What time is it? Is it time for me to eat another gummy? I know I came in here late. How dare she? Oh my God, my wife made me sign something that said I would never speak to her again so I could get grocery money. I'd been unemployed because I was ill, and Red was 16 and living with me. And my wife was like, "You can have $1,000 to move on and grocery money, and you got to sign this." My wife was really evil about the divorce. I can speak to you instead. Um, I'm suddenly spacey. What time is it? Um, so we were talking about Tim Curry. Oh, I was gonna play the Rocky Horror song, the one song I can do. Um, you got an invitation today from the FDNY to go to the World Trade Center 25th anniversary in New York. Really? Um, the FDNY Fire Department? New York Fire Department? Is that what that is? Are you a firefighter? Have we had this conversation? Um, I knew a guy who was on the Worcester firefighting force when that fire happened there. If you're a firefighter, you would know what I'm talking about. Marmot, just light a match and the FDNY will come to you. Really? Really? That's not true. Look, actually, I don't have any matches. I just have lighters. Oh my God, I want to smoke. Yeah, I told you I'm a retired firefighter and rescue paramedic. I didn't know that. You did tell me. I remember now. Um, yeah, Mr. Vancouver. A friend of mine from high school was a firefighter in Worcester. I went to high school outside Worcester when that. Uh, I don't know when you retired. Other people in here won't know. But there was a warehouse fire in Worcester, Massachusetts. There's a bunch of boarded up warehouses there. Um, and the local cops were, from the good of their hearts, playing it fast and loose with where they let homeless people crash. And they thought this warehouse had homeless people in it who had not been evacuated. Um, so this horrible incident happened. A warehouse is going up in flames. One guy is like, "I'm going in. I'm going. You guys, I've got to do it. I got to see." He goes in. He doesn't come out. So then a second guy went after him to rescue him. He doesn't come out. And they did that boom, boom, boom like dominoes till five guys were dead in the fire. Five firefighters. Terrible story. And I heard for many years they were trying to make a movie of it. But like, how do you make a movie of that? Because it's five guys who cared about their friends enough to make a bad decision one after another. Yeah, Mr. Vancouver, look it up. I don't remember like it was a big deal at the time. And it was like the perfect storm. Like they walked right into that door. Like literally, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I'd love to make a movie about firefighting, but have you ever seen The Towering Inferno? The Towering Inferno is really intense. Um, I was just looking at it today because I was going over 1974, which that's the year before Rocky Horror. I think Rocky Horror is 1975. But The Towering Inferno was a gigantic hit when it came out. It was made in 74, and it's sort of about the World Trade Center, sort of. But the premise is it's like one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world. And a fire starts about two-thirds of the way up the building, and they have to evacuate people. People have to escape from above the fire. Um, it's got a bunch of really good actors in it. It takes itself too seriously, um, but it's really good. The special effects are just perfect. Like it still looks really good now, even though it was made in 1974. Um, I Firefighter is the world's cushiest job. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Yeah, those guys sit around and they got downtime because they got high key a really hard job. I would like some chips. Thank you, Life with Addison. Oh my God, they're like combat pilots, man. Yeah, those guys sit around drinking champagne and snorting coke in between flying flights and flying, raids against the Germans because they have bunk beds at the station. Yeah, because it's fucking hard work, dude. You gotta have nerves of steel. My God, cushy job. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna catch a chip in my mouth. What kind of chips, actually? I should have asked first. I'm big on Doritos. I like Doritos. I can't believe somebody said firefighters have it easy. Right after I was telling a story about five of them dying. My God. You people suck. You want to sleep and get paid. Oh my God. Um, every potato chips, awesome. What happened to Red? She's in Portland. I had a cool idea for a movie about a group of firefighters who discover a burning building that won't extinguish or collapse, but I couldn't come up with a reason why. Um, because it's trapped in a time loop. That would be the reason why. It'd be like Triangle, if you saw Triangle. Um, Yeah, Red had one of her episodic freakouts, like a really, really bad one. A bunch of the live streams to like cover that, unfortunately. Yeah, she went to Portland separate from me. I did see her there. I drove the rest of her stuff the rest of the way to Portland, but we had to decide she was kicked out of the car. Um, uh, the channel Funky Meat is doing a series of edited videos about that. The first one is pretty good. I don't know when Funky Meat's gonna drop another one. Um, I thought Triangle was great, Sludgy Unicorn. Portland, Oregon, Life with Addison. So Red is I don't she's diagnosed schizophrenic, but that's not really what it is. She's my daughter. She's 28. Um, she was living in the woods in Ithaca, where I am now, and asked me to come get her before I headed out west to Portland. Uh, yeah, no, Portland, Oregon. I drove 5,500 miles last week. I'm tired. This is why I look old. For me, I mean, I am old, but I look old even for me. I drove all the way to Portland and all the way back to Ithaca. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was on the road for 16 days. I'm not sure. You can watch the streams. None of that stuff is privated. I got two piles of tickets. Car is half dead. So the first thing I got to do here, the Station nightclub fire in Rhode Island. Yeah, Mr. Vancouver, I almost went to that show because I was in Worcester. I was a fan of Great White. Like I went to high school in the late 80s. Like I wanted to see them do Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Like have you seen the film of that? Like I don't you guys don't know like it's I've never seen a movie get indoor fires right because there's just you can't make special effects make the fires look right. The only movie I've ever seen that gets fire, I've a couple of times fire. I heard this new movie, the Last Bus or the Lost Bus, has really great special effects, but that's forest fires. That's outside. Like what happens in enclosed spaces. That movie Backdraft tries to be about that, but it's not really. It doesn't really hit the mark. I mean, if you, I can call you Addison. Okay. Um, yeah, that Station nightclub fire in Rhode Island, like there's film of that. If you guys haven't seen, if you guys don't know Nick Crowley, you know what, I'm gonna drop a link. Hold on. One of my favorite YouTubers is this guy named Nick Crowley. And he's been doing a series of really good videos that basically anything where he's got really good footage of some horrible thing that happened and he covers it. Usually with YouTube channels, sometimes with crazy people, the internet's deadliest video. So he's made a series of videos called YouTube's Darkest Videos. You know what? There's a whole playlist. I'm gonna link to the playlist. Um, the whole thing was filmed, yeah. So I don't remember which one of his YouTube's Darkest Videos it's in. But I'm gonna just link the whole playlist. Report playlist. I want to link it. What the fuck? Save playlist. I just want to link to the. Oh my God. It's fine. That'll probably. So yeah, the film is just horrible. The film is just horrible. Like he shows it here. You don't see people burning up, but you like the cameraman gets outside enough so that you can like there's the flames are just rolling against the back door and people are beating on the door screaming. It's just the most horrible thing. Um, if you just do something horrible and film the aftermath. Marmot, a lot of Nick Crowley's videos in that playlist are about YouTubers, those exact kinds of things. Like he's got footage. He doesn't show you the most horrible moments of stuff. But like there when YouTubers have gone nuts and like live streamed doing like mass shootings and stuff, like there's a lot of that kind of material in this series of videos. Nick Crowley's awesome. He's just super cool. Um, He's been a little too serious lately. There's a stretch in early on his channel where he's doing these investigations and stuff, but he has like a series of cute goth girlfriends who are his sidekicks, and they like banter at each other, and it's cool. You can see at some point he realizes he should probably stop bringing in girlfriends. Um, don't be that guy. Yeah, yeah, no, don't be that guy. No, definitely not. I might have been better off had I kept my private life out of this entirely altogether, but I'm not sure exactly. Oh, you've been subbed to him for years. Yeah, Sludgy, he's awesome. Um, did YouTube block your message again? I don't know. You love when I say fuck. Um, you just don't want me to miss any of your messages. I see how it is. I shouldn't have cut my hair this short. You're right. Maybe I should just shave it. Probably after I get a job tomorrow. I'm chasing jobs tomorrow. I'm chasing day jobs tomorrow. I think I got something in the bag. I have something in the bag, but the one I want, I'm gonna have to do the thing where I start a job that I don't think I'm gonna like enough to keep, and then continue to look for a job hardcore like I don't have the job that's like in the bag because I need work like boom immediately. Going out with the boys tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Don't shave my head. I don't look good with a shaved head, Vladimir Putin. Like with my head shaved entirely. Um, you better still go live. Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna let a day job interfere with the going live. I'm only looking for jobs that are like daytime hours so that it won't interfere with the. I mean, I worked out the. I was working in a restaurant where I was doing closing shifts at a place that closes at 9, is how I ended up with the live streams being like an 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. thing. but now it's shifted a little bit forward. Hold on a second. Hold on. I forgot to message Jelly. I'm going live. Hold on. I should be president or an astronaut. I don't want to be president or an astronaut. Oh my God. Great, so she can come in and fight me for no reason. I shouldn't have just ignored the chat while she was. I hope she didn't. I haven't seen Noodles in a couple of days. I hope she didn't manage to piss Noodles off while I was ignoring the chat while that movie was on the other day. I shouldn't do that. I need to not do that. I need to babysit my chat. Um, yeah, I hope Noodles is all right. I was really worried about her. I haven't seen her in a few days. She's in the hospital, so she might go. Reason to go quiet for several. Um, you'll mediate. You're an astute diplomat. Um, what if you really were Vladimir Putin? That would be really funny, huh? What if Kim Jong-un was in here hanging out talking about movies? That would be. I know those guys are movie nerds. Let's see. You listened to the reading last night. Looking forward to more soon. Yes. I'm aiming for midnight. Oh, I ducked out Life with Addison. I ducked out Addison. I ducked out Ms. Addison to message Jelly. Because I try to remember to message her before I go live every. Jelly's not really my daughter, but I treat her like she's my daughter. So, like, I always let her know when I'm going live. But except I don't because I'm a space cadet. What do you have going on in Ithaca? Not much yet. Place to live. The cats are safe. Why? What do you have going on in Ithaca, Edward? Oh my God. I think Ghoulies. I liked Ghoulies as a moderator. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, it's weird that she left. Um, it's weird that she left. Um, but yeah, yeah. Oh well, maybe she'll be back eventually. Yeah, she was doing a good job of managing the chat for me. It um, why did it hide that? Why was that held for review? That's so strange. Also, why, like, now that I'm showing your comment over here, why is it hidden over here? What's going on with that? How can it be at two places at once? All right, yes. That Pookie lady commented an essay under one of my shorts about why Ghoulie said she won't come back. Really? You mean HP Chit Chat, that one? Or is there a different one? Christ, man. Ghoulies feels like you disrespected her. How? That's weird. Would I ever make you a mod? You like to have the blue badge. If you really wanted to actually do modding stuff, I'm trying not to make people mods just as like a rank thing, but only if they really help manage the chat. Like sometimes the trolls are really thick. You're hungry. There's some Chris made some pasta and veggies that was really good. If you like vegetables, if you eat like a rabbit. Have some spicy ramen. I have 2 packs of ramen noodles. Mr. Vancouver is gonna make sure I have food tomorrow. Thank God for small favors. I'm scared. I'm scared of running out of the foods. Man, I've had a bad couple of weeks. You are a fruit gal? What was that translated from? Why is that translated? Thank you, thank you. I'm a fruit gal. Why did the translator change thank you to you? You are. That's so strange. If you got trolls build a bridge, oh my God, the trolls are so thick in here sometimes. I don't know. They seem to have something better to do right now. Why is that? Is it because school started? Is that it? That would be fun. Oh, the trolls aren't tormenting Rogan to within an inch of suicide tonight because the Muppet Show came back on. There's a new episode. um, oh, is it time for Blues Clues? We got to leave the guy alone for a minute. Um, let's see. What time is it actually? Yeah, the cats keep pushing the door open, by the way, guys. It's not haunted in here. The cats are here. Ooh. Yeah, Chris is a really good cook, but he cooks vegan stuff. It's all vegetables. It's making my stomach feel so weird. I will do my best, sir, if you make me mod. You've seen me a few times. Yeah, I've seen you a few times. I usually ask Guli if I should make somebody a mod, and then she says no. Hold on. Ghosts, yeah, except it's the cats. Pi and Zoe keep pushing the door open. Your references are old. There's a new dog on the block, and his name is Bluey. Blues Clues never gets old. The Muppet Show. The Muppet Show, I did go for the Blues Clues after I realized the Muppet Show might be an old enough reference that nobody would know what I was talking about. What should you be for Halloween? You were Spider-Man last year. You're a girl, right? And you're in college. I'm assuming it's a cute girl costume. We're doing a cute girl costume. Spider-Man last year. Spider-Man's gonna be bigger this year. Like a girl Spider-Man. Did you have the mask on and everything? That's really cute, actually. I don't know. A superhero costume, obviously, but what? But what? I haven't dressed up for Halloween in so long. I'm always wearing black. And so it's always Halloween in my heart. I'd forgotten Halloween was even coming up. Be Odysseus with the beard. No, wait. Okay. I didn't think the costumes were very striking. They did the thing where Helen is the really dark-skinned black girl and she's ferocious. I thought that was cool. But that was like one of the only cool things about that movie, but it's not a very good costume. Yeah, anyway, Addison doesn't need a beard. Come on. Wow, I'm suddenly really tired. Helen looked hot. Yeah, I thought so. I thought the Odyssey was terrible, but the only things that I thought kind of hit the right notes were the woke things. Like I liked Helen being so dark she's almost purple and like ferocious and like African queenish. Like that was cool. And I liked the Greek chorus guy being a black dude who's like a street poet. Like I kind of like I mean I didn't love it. I didn't love anything about that movie. The Hamburglar Sunshine Girl. Go as Joe Rogan. Um, uh, the monster, like the Scylla and Charybdis, the monster was like I couldn't believe what a half-assed job they did with everything in the Odyssey. I feel like it was a money laundering project. Like they didn't. Oh man, I hadn't heard anything good about it. Did somebody like it, Sludgy? Did you hear that somebody liked the Odyssey? How could they? Well, let me put it this way.
Did you hear that somebody liked the Odyssey? Because I couldn't understand a fucking thing they said the whole fucking movie, man.
Was there a script for that movie?
I don't know, they're trying to find out where the cave.
Zombie Cheerleader's pretty good. All of my superhero costumes for a cute college-age girl would be like they'd be out of date. You'd be like, nobody's ever heard of that comic book, old man. Yeah, everyone you know that saw it loved it. Really, I hadn't heard a good thing about it. Like I really thought nobody in the world liked that movie. It's really bad. I mean, it's a solid candidate for worst movie ever made. If you only count major movies, it's really, 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 really bad. Like, there's very little to make it worth watching at all. It looks cheap. It's badly designed. It's historically inaccurate. The script is a muddled mess. It doesn't do a good job of adapting the book. Their insistence on doing things practical and live on scene, it just makes it look like, I swear to God, they made $400 million disappear on that shoot. The casting is bad. Matt Damon just looks constipated as always. Everybody's got their face covered. You can't hear them. The scene with the Cyclops, like, How do you get that wrong? How do you get that wrong? The Cyclops makeup is good. Um, uh, yeah, the Cyclops makeup is good. And then the thing where there's the whirlpool and the monster is pretty good, but they barely did anything with him. Um, but I don't think, I mean, Chris Nolan can't make a good movie. Like they had a third writer imposed on him and his brother so that the Batman movies would be half competent. The Cyclops was good. Yeah, the face was good. But the scene was so, do I know the comic book Johnny the Homicidal Maniac by the same guy that does Invader Zim? My friend, I smoked a joint with him the morning he signed to do Invader Zim. We were making attic expeditions. I can't remember that guy's name. What is his name? Vasquez? Is that his name? Um, you dislike Nolan? Yeah, I think he should never have been allowed to make another movie after Memento. He just sucks. He just sucks dicks all day. He's lousy. Everything about his movies generally is lousy. Heath Ledger is good as the Joker. The guy who played Bane is good. Um, I haven't. I mean that CIA movie. His movies are so fucking dumb. Like if you got a brain, you can't sit through them. They're so fucking dumb. Like last time I tried to watch the one with Heath Ledger, I got like 15 minutes into it. Like you you can't be. Um, I don't know. When I try to watch one of his movies, I give up on making movies myself every time. I'm like, I just don't want to have anything to do with a business that will allow that stupid son of a bitch to keep making piles of shit like this. I just, they let him make three Batman movies, and then I despair for the audience. I despair for the audience. Like, I don't understand how you can not notice how fucking dumb his movies are. We didn't even watch, we watched like, I think 40 minutes of the Odyssey. I mean, you couldn't hear anything anyone said, and just all the timeline stuff was a complete muddle. Um, um, like so, the Dark Knight. Okay, the top of the Dark Knight. For one thing, Chris Nolan does his classic like, well, you can't hear anybody because their faces are fucking covered. Um, there's like a bunch of guys heisting a bank, right? And there's that character actor I always get confused with Chris Cooper, is supposed to play the banker who oh so I was talking about Johnny the homicidal maniac. So when we made the attic expeditions in was it 98, 99? We shot that movie but we were picking up something somewhere. I got drafted to help paint part of a boat. Like I don't know why we were painting a boat, but that guy, the Invader Zim guy, got to town the same day I did. So I got to town to make attic expeditions, and he got to town, and we both were getting weed, like, because we just flew in. So, like, we're standing around smoking a joint, and he was really tired, and I was really tired. And he was like, so I'm going over to Nickelodeon this afternoon. They're like really hot to, he's like, they told me on the phone that I can do whatever I want at Nickelodeon. And we're all like, that's really cool, man. And he's like, I'm the guy who does Johnny the Maniac. Like, why would people at Nickelodeon want me? And we're all like, yeah, there are some cool people in Hollywood, actually. There's not like there are smart, cool people in Hollywood. Vasquez, yeah. Yeah. So I just met him that one time. I don't remember even who he knew, and he and I helped paint a boat together. Like we were picking up weed, and the art department guy's girlfriend was hitting on me, and I met him, and it was part of a boat. We like I was painting one side, and he was painting the other. Um, I wish I remembered the circumstances better than that. Yeah, we don't put up with the poop jokes in here. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Um, you can hear what people say in Nolan movies. Fine, well, why would you bother? I mean, you can turn the subtitles on. He clearly doesn't. Is Cinema Paradiso worth watching? CMA 68. I didn't like it the last time I saw it. I should be Batman, you'll be Catwoman. And we can start rumors. Um, uh, hey, police dude. I liked Cinema Paradiso, the short version when it came out, CMA 68. When I tried to watch it again recently, I didn't like it, but it was the like 3 hour version. I think the world has decided that the short version is better, the edited version. But so yeah, The Dark Knight, there's a heist going on. The banker has a glass cubicle in the middle of the floor, right? And we're supposed to believe he's the guy who snuck a gun in. So if anybody ever tried to rob his bank, he could fuck him up. So he comes up with the gun inside his glass cubicle. Inside the glass cubicle. He could step 4 feet over and not fire a warning shot and get one of them and not shoot his own bank. But he doesn't. What he does is shoot his own fucking bank. Like, you already snuck a gun in. You're already fucked by the insurance company. You're going to end up going to jail. They're going to have your ass for this. And you're going to shoot the building? You're going to shoot the building. Do you have any idea how much you're going to pay for that? What a fucking retard. And then, of course, they turn around and shoot him because he fired a warning shot into the fucking ground, basically. Except if he shot at the ground, like, I mean, it'd be the floor. Who shoots your own building? Who's that retarded? And then, like, 5 minutes later, the guy who plays Two-Face, right? It's okay. I'm not upset, Zoe. What's his name? The really good-looking character actor who never really broke through, right? Plays Harvey Dent, right? And he's supposed to be like the prosecutor. So there's its courtroom scene. It's not a jury trial. There's a judge. So he makes a big speech where the climax of it is like, and it's this man, and he points at the defendant dramatically to try to like startle him a little bit. But he walks across the room in such a way that Aaron Eckhart, yeah, I love Aaron Eckhart. Thank you, Sludgy. He walks across the room in such a way that he lines himself up between the judge and the guy he's pointing at for the benefit of the judge. So there's line of sight. He's like this man right here, but the judge would just see Aaron Eckhart's back. The only reason it looks like something else to us is because the camera's off to the side. Like, it's for the judge. That's a one-man audience, and you just put yourself between the subject and what you're pointing at. Dumb fuck. Like, who blocks shit like that? I'm sorry. I would have blocked that better when I was 11. I mean, Begins is the only Nolan Batman movie, the one that makes a realistic Batman by adding that he had ninja training. You must have been 9 when you saw it. Like, because I was an adult, and, like, that shit was bogus. Dark Knight is overrated, but Heath Ledger's great. Heath Ledger's really great. Like, it's hard to, it's really, and the concept of the character. But Chris Nolan movies are always narcissistically focused on one character. There's only ever one character that makes sense. Every other character just reflects off of that character directly in a closely focused way so that there aren't even arcs for them. That's comic accurate. I don't care. I'm not the kind of dumb fuck that reads Batman comic books. I like movies. I'm sorry. I'm not a child. Please, please. Come on. You don't pay $20 a ticket if you paid fucking $1 for a comic book back in the day. Come on. What the fuck am I on about? I don't like bad writing. I'm sorry, I'm not retarded. I'm not a retarded retard, so I don't like bad writing. Like, what are we doing right now? I'm talking about how fucking stupid Chris fucking Nolan is. Memento is about a guy who cannot remember that he's already killed the killer he's looking for. Except, why wouldn't you end the movie with him actually catching the killer? And then the twist ending is he goes and keeps looking for the guy. If you do it so he's already got the guy before the beginning of the movie, that's what we professionals call stupid. That's what we call dumb. That's what we call retarded. And his CIA movie, like, seriously, okay, at the beginning of his CIA movie, what is it called? Tenet? They're trying to rumble a CIA guy. And so he goes for his cyanide capsule, and it's hidden in his shirt. But they get it away from him because it's hidden in his shirt. Well, here's how that works. In the actual CIA, if you need a cyanide capsule because you're undercover, it's in a tooth. They pull one of your teeth. Now, this is common knowledge. Any book about CIA technique will tell you this. They pull one of your teeth, they put a glass tooth in, and you have to learn not to bite down on it while you grind your teeth from all the speed you take because you're a professional spy. It's just well known. It's been so well known that it happens in Dune because Dune was written in 1965. So, like, anybody who read a single book about CIA would know better than the way Chris Nolan and his dumb fuck brother wrote that dumb fucking scene in that dumb fucking movie. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Have I seen Disclosure Day? I couldn't get into it. Red and I watched it. We thought it was really good, but slow. We didn't get to the good stuff. Breathless, is it supposed to be imitating a certain style? No. Jim McBride had a pretty distinctive directorial style. He just didn't get to make many movies. The editing is really intensive on his movies too. He also directed Great Balls of Fire with Dennis Quaid and The Big Easy with Ellen Barkin and I think Richard Gere. Is that who's in that? Um, well, Red and I were watching Disclosure Day. Do you guys know a good place to? I watch all the bootleg site I watch all my movies on is called Soap Today. Soap Today. 2DAAY. Is Emily Blunt the TV anchor? Is that who that was? I don't know. It feels like old people made that movie, man. And I'm old, and it still felt too old for me. Um, yeah, Red was more into it than I was, and we watched like an hour 20 of it, and then we both got sleepy, and then we just didn't feel like watching more of it, and we hadn't got to the exciting. Oh, I don't know. I guess it's all right. I mean, it's the same writer and director who made War of the Worlds, so they should have been able to nail that one a little better. I didn't get to the disclosure. The parts with the animals being creepy were good, but the special effects looked really fake. Like I mean, maybe it's because I was watching a bootleg site, but the scene where they do the like alien autopsy, it just looked fucking cheap. And there was something else that looked really cheap. Red and I were like shocked. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise is awesome. That movie's great. I love that movie so much, man. But I'm a big Tom Cruise fan. Of course, Minority Report was better. Minority Report was Tom Cruise's script, and I should wear a pink shirt. I don't have a. I only have black shirts. Yeah, it felt like Spielberg was going through the motions. Yeah, yeah, it felt like a very much like an old man phoning it in kind of show, Sludgy. But more importantly, I think the writer, which I don't really know how to pronounce his name. Oh my God, Kep or Cope, Koepp, David Cope. He wrote War of the Worlds. Um, he directed Premium Rush, which is a great movie. He wrote and directed Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon, which is really good. Um, he wrote the last. I know he wrote Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Oh, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Is that what that was called? Um, Tropic Thunder. Yeah, Tropic Thunder is great. Um, Sean and Steph, I before the last time I watched Tropic Thunder, I read that his Tom Cruise, when he read the script and they offered him the role, he said that his one contribution was he wanted to do a scene where he gets to dance. And what he wanted to do was the thing with the boom box, where he like tempts him to sell out his friend, and he's like, "We'll pay you a lot of money to just let your friend die." And then he like plays the bad dance music and he does the little like like stupid little dance. Like that was his contribution. He's like, I'm gonna have to dance. Um, yeah, Tom Cruise has really good taste in writing, and he cares a lot about the writing. Um, uh, Minority Report was his script. So Spielberg and Tom Cruise did a deal, a trade where Tom Cruise starred in War of the Worlds in return for Spielberg directing Minority Report. And that's why Minority Report is actually better than most of Spielberg's movies. He was sort of answerable to Tom Cruise on that. Um, yeah. I'm not sure Spielberg's made another great movie since Minority Report. I don't know, Ready Player One's pretty good. Um, how much Scientology got? I don't know, man. I don't know what his deal with them is. I used to have this recurrent dream that I had to meet Tom Cruise somewhere to sell him drugs. And I would ask him why he keeps it secret that he's gay and does drugs. And he would explain that it would be bad for his image. Um, Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder was the first one where he was the lead producer. Like he was the one who decided to hire Robert Town to write that. Robert Town wrote Chinatown, and he hired Tony Scott to direct it. Um, you don't think he don't think he realizes everyone thinks he's gay and weird? Oh my God. He knows everyone thinks he's gay and weird. For sure. Um, I mean, remember the bit in Eyes Wide Shut where the frat boys call him a fag and shove him against the car? There's a, I swear they knew it was going to come out after he dies, that Spielberg and Tom Cruise had a conversation about him being secretly bisexual. Um, which, by the way, when I was hanging out in Hollywood in the mid 90s, all the gay guys said, yeah, Tom Cruise, he hangs out in the secret in the back rooms at the cool gay bars in West Hollywood. Like, he's well known to party at the gay bars, but like he keeps it on the low because it's bad for because Scientology and his image. And I don't know how true that is, but it was a really common rumor, like among people in the neighborhood, like where that was supposedly going on. Um, I know he's seen the South Park stuff. No, he's got more of a sense of humor about himself than people give him credit for. Um, yeah. Uh, there's all kinds of homoerotic touches and references all over his movies. The way that his characters relate to women in movies too. Like he knows that he doesn't quite scan as a normal straight guy. Do Scientologists not like rainbow people? Well, they've definitely covered up for a few movie stars being secretly gay or bisexual. John Travolta and Tom Cruise being I mean, John Travolta, it's known now. Like he's been sort of ratted out. Yeah, what's with Scientologists being closeted? I don't know. I know also that they have their own speed. Like I don't know what it is that but according to Norman Spinrad's book, The Mind Game, they were already working on building their own like super amphetamine drink, and all the upper level Scientologists, like if you look at the interviews with them, they're clearly all on the same really good stuff. Um, the uniform scream gay. Um, yeah, Rain Man. I tried to watch that recently. I love John Travolta too. In fact, I like Battlefield Earth, the Scientologist science fiction movie where he's got the tall blue hat. I thought it was really fun. I think it's a really fun, bad movie. If you've heard Battlefield Earth is terrible, they're correct, but it's really fun. I've seen it 3 times. And John Travolta plays like the wacky alien. It's really over the top. He's chewing up the scenery for sure. Um, I, the 42nd President of the United States, do not approve of you talking to minors online. I've never seen Grease, Sean and Steph. John Travolta's in that. I didn't know that. We'll just get rid of you, Bill Clinton. We don't like your kind around here. Why don't you go back to the island where you belong? Um, L. Ron Hubbard wrote a load of fun Pulp Fiction stuff. Wilson, I totally made an accidental reference in my second movie, Freezer Burn, the one that I was supposed to direct that didn't come out because it turned out so badly. It's on YouTube. Um, part of the premise is that there's an alien worshipping death cult. I didn't know the Scientologists had an aliens thing when I wrote it. I was thinking Bob. Um, so I read that the cult leader is constantly quoting classic rock lyrics about like aliens and stuff. Like he quotes the Beatles, he quotes Blue Oyster Cult a bunch, he quotes Hawkwind a couple of times. Um, and at one point during his like sermon scene, he says, "Space is deep and it can all be yours." It's Hal Linden from Barney Miller. Um, does not talk to minors. So Life with Addison, they come at me because I let teenagers hang out in the stream and I don't kick them out. But they're only grandfathered in now. They're coming at me. Somebody who admits to being under 18 in here now is going to get kicked out categorically. Jelly is grandfathered in. Noodles and a couple of other fans who are known to the ops to be under 18. Like I'm not kicking them out. But yeah, talking to minors is not, no. They hang out in here sometimes. Um, It's unfortunate, like because they're safe in here. Like they're safe in here. Nobody's gonna creep on them in here. I don't let my chat creep on each other because you never know who somebody is. Like when people start hitting on each other or flirting with each other in here, and it's usually really aggressive and weird. Like once you start like saying like, okay, nobody's allowed to come at anyone with sexualizing talk in here, you realize it's never friendly. Like it's never a friendly flirtation. And there's a lot of bullying of just anyone that they think is women. Like you have to curtail that, unfortunately. I mean, it's not unfortunate you have to curtail it. It's unfortunate that there's so much of it going on that it's like an ongoing problem. I thought Baby Driver was supposed to be great. Peter Briggs told me it's great. Peter Briggs told me it was the best edited movie he's ever seen, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Peter Briggs, Hellboy for Guillermo del Toro. Um, how is Baby Driver guilty pleasure? Yeah, I thought it was a huge hit. Is that why? Because it was a mainstream movie. Um, that's yeah. No, that's not a guilt. That's not what a guilty pleasure consists of, guys. Um, oh my God, I just want to feel better. Can I? I'm just pretending I'm not suicidal. I know I'm doing a good job. You've had like 7 dudes on campus today trying to make me send them stuff. Send them stuff. Yeah, life with Addison. That's what I like. I don't is that like the young people seem to have a problem with not sexualizing each other, but also they don't seem to be real good at hooking up either. Like they know how to creep at you online, but they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to approach like attractive young women except to be weird and creepy at them. Guilty pleasure, the sure thing. Um, um, yeah, you should feel guilty about that. I thought everybody but me liked Rob Reiner movies, actually. I can't stand Rob Reiner movies except for Spinal Tap. But they're not for me. They pitch to the gallery. They're real simple. Guilty pleasure older man, you should feel guilty. Um, uh, yeah, I'm supposed to be making it a rule not to flirt with me in here. Some of my mods are gonna come in and yell at you if you keep flirting with me. They're gonna be like, "Hey, hey, Rogan's making rules for everyone else in here." No, Roadhouse is a guilty pleasure. Okay, so Roadhouse, the remake, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, or however you say his name. I really liked that movie with what's his name, the MMA guy. Um, it's super gay, for one thing. Urban Cowboy has the thing where he smacks his girlfriend around and then pins her down and kisses her, and then it cuts straight to them kissing. Dude, if anyone hasn't seen this, so it's the John Travolta movie. It's like 1980 or 81, and it was a follow-up to Grease. I'd forgotten he was in Grease because I've never seen it. And Saturday Night Fever. So it's about like country bars where they're into line dancing. So there's this bit where John Travolta and his girlfriend, they're drunk at the bar, and I don't remember what they get into it over. Is it Deborah Winger? She's so cute. So she slaps him, and he laughs and smacks her harder back. And then she storms out of the bar, and they get into this like they're smacking each other and hitting each other, and he's laughing at her while she's really pissed. And then he pins her down and kisses her, and then it cuts to them kissing at the wedding. And I was like, what? Was that supposed to be cute? What have you done to your movie? It sounds kinky. No, they knew it was. They knew it was, but still, like, even at the time, I can't imagine what a crowded theater's response to that would have been. Like, even in the early 80s, like, whoa, dude, chill. Um, I thought Spice World was great too, Dank Gnome Child. But I like movies where the band play themselves. Like yeah, I met Vanilla Ice once, and as a result, I came up with a really good pitch for a sequel to Cool as Ice, a 30 years later sequel to Cool as Ice. I've got a really good idea. I think he's too old now, but I love it when bands play themselves in movies. Um, I once had a girlfriend, well, I slept with a girl who she had been a crazy teenager, and her parents had her put away in a mental hospital. This is many years later. She would always quote Cool as Ice, the mid-90s movie with Vanilla Ice sort of playing himself. It's like 8 Mile, but retarded in 80s. Um, Vanilla Ice works construction now. So, like this girl, she would quote like the way Christians are about the Bible. She would always refer to Cool as Ice. Like she would refer to scenes or lines. She would be like, it's like that part in Cool as Ice where this happens. Or she would quote Cool as Ice. And at some point I was like, why are you always quoting Cool as Ice and referring to it? And she's like, well, when I was on the mental ward when I was 16, they had a VCR and a TV, but the only videotape we had was Cool as Ice. So we played Cool as Ice like over and over again from morning to night on that TV. So I saw it probably 60 times in 3 weeks. Like, and that's why that was the central movie for her. Um, I actually forgot to tell Vanilla Ice this when I met him, which is really sad. He should know. He should know about that. That girl, Corey. She's a crazy girl who lives in the woods now, actually. Um, did she reference it in bed? I don't. She was really intense. I, I hadn't thought of it in a long time. She was really intense. No, I don't think so. I don't remember her being talkative. Not quiet, but not talkative. I'm gonna eat another gummy and some kratom and get ready to do the reading stream. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. You guys are, of course, the very best. The best audience the guy could have. Um, um, we still. Yep. I've never met anyone who lives in the woods, and somehow half the people Marshall knows live in the woods. Yeah. This girl, like I run into her on Facebook every now and then still, and it's always pictures of her. Like she looks like a mountain girl, and she's like fishing or hunting, and she literally lives in the woods. But um, yeah, she was a little crazy. She never acted crazy at me though, but I didn't sleep with her very long. She um, she ended up having a serious relationship with my guitar player Chris, different Chris. Um, how about Michael Cera plays Gigi Allen in a biopic? Oh my God. No, Senna, right? I don't like that guy. Oh my God, who would play Gigi Allen? I guess Jim Van Bever is too old. Um, who's that guy? Um, oh, I think he might be a little old. There's two brothers, and then there were rumors that one of them was creepy at women on sets, and he was in the assassination of the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Um, and he was in The Killer Inside Me, I think. Oh my God, what's his name? And there's two actors and they look really similar. And they've been sort of blackballed because they were like apparently guys creepy at women. I can't remember his name, but that's the guy I would cast as Gigi Allen. Um, but he might be a little old now. I don't know what age we're aiming at Gigi Allen for. God, it's a shame I'm too old to play Gigi Allen. I almost got to play Iggy Pop in a movie once back in the mid 90s, but dude couldn't get it financed. But I got attached to play Iggy Pop by being like, I will straight up learn to shoot up and cut myself. Casey Affleck. Okay, it's Casey Affleck. Yeah, that's it. Right. It's Ben Affleck's brother, right? And then there was like a couple of different stories. It was like a weird semi-cancellation thing where it was like, yeah, we don't like him. Only creep I've read about. No, that's the Dan Schneider. Wait, who is that? Um, I would cast Robert Pattinson or Tom Cruise. Well, Robert Pattinson could play anybody. Tom Cruise is too old to. I mean, as Gigi Allen. I don't think Casey Affleck is canceled anymore. It seemed like just a few people didn't like him. It didn't seem like he had earned being canceled. I'll tell you though, I heard stories about he was in Oppenheimer. They're finally rehabilitating what's his name from Seven? Oh fuck, what's his name? Kevin Spacey. Like Kevin Spacey was well known to be aggressive about boys all the way back. Like I knew people who knew him in the 90s. He got weird about stalking a friend of mine. I had this friend who was what do I know about Boy George? FBO, I haven't listened to them since I was in high school. So yeah, Sludgy when I was in Hollywood in the mid 90s. I knew several people who worked with Kevin Spacey on some stuff. One of my friends was this actor. I probably shouldn't name check him. He plays military guys in video games mostly now. I think he's in the Call of Duty games. But he's one of those guys that gay guys think must be secretly gay because he's so masculine in sort of a homoerotic way. Like he's just exactly that guy that gay guys get weird about hitting on and insisting that they're not entirely straight. Um, Kevin Spacey got real stalkery about my friend Scott. And like I'd heard stories about him being a creep at Scott, like so, but generally the word was out on him, like I heard he always has the best weed. So like you definitely want to hang out with Kevin Spacey and smoke his weed, but he invites the good-looking young guys up to his room to do that. So you want to go on the buddy system because he gets handsy and he's tough. He's a big guy. Like if he wants to get aggressive with you, you want to make sure you're not alone in the room. So like I knew that about him long before he got in trouble for behaving like that. Like it's one of those things where you don't think like, oh, I'm in on a secret. Like I just when it came out that he was acting like that at some party, that actor, and it pissed the world off enough to cancel him and remove him from a movie entirely, I was like, good night. I will see you platonically. Good night platonically. Life with Addison. Addison, sorry, Miss Addison. Sleep well. If your internet is acting up, you having bad weather or something, you were tired. You can just go to bed. Um, I'll miss you. So he was in Oppenheimer, the movie that dumb fuck Chris Nolan said was a screenplay written in first person. Hey, us professionals call that not a screenplay. Nolan, get your shit together, man. Act like a fucking pro. Get a haircut, sister. Um, um, I didn't watch his the other one. Like he made, what did he make that war movie Dunkirk? Like there's another one where it's so fucking dumb just in the preview. Like in the preview for Dunkirk, there's a whole bunch of soldiers and they start looking up in rows at the sound of incoming uh munitions, right? They're taking fire. And so there's a huge crowd of soldiers like stacked onto this like ridge and they start looking up a row at a time, right? Um, that's so much slower than the speed of sound they would all look up all at once. I'm sorry. Why are you that dumb? They would look up all at once. I don't know what to tell you. It would not be like a row, a row, a row, like a wave at the stadium. What are you doing? I can't believe people can even sit through his movies. Um, and no, Chris Nolan just shouldn't be allowed to make movies. He's a moron and he makes moron bait for morons. He shouldn't be allowed to make movies and he pisses me off. And I don't even like being involved in filmmaking in the same world that that guy makes movies in. The Odyssey is just a disgusting shame. It's a disgusting shame. They ripped off the world. They spent $500 million on that pile of shit. Um, he really no. There's filmmakers I don't like that. No, for instance, Rob Reiner. He pitches to the gallery, makes shallow movies, he adapts Stephen King over and over. He's not my kind of The Sure Thing. I don't like that movie, but that's not. There's a lot to like about Chris Nolan, but the writing and directing is not. Um, he's got a sense for design sometimes. He's got good taste, but he's a very bad writer. Yeah, it's a vapid mess. Yeah, Marmot. Yeah. He makes really bad movies. And it's he should be rewritten. I mean, that business with the tooth, the break, it's not a breakaway tooth, but it's hidden in his collar. Like, why didn't somebody double check him on that? I don't understand. Like, don't you? Like, his movies are so full of bits that are that stupid. That's like, just are you not answerable to anyone? Like, you literally have to burn through 40 people telling you that's dumb. Um, Also, what is with that Addison girl? She's acting like she. It's safe to flirt with an older man in here. I ain't anywhere near her. We're never gonna get anywhere near each other. Uh, she's still here, Sludgy. Do you think she said good night? She's still here. Come on, be polite. You could totally make a movie. I did make some movies. I have made some movies, but um, uh, I don't, I don't. I don't think I want to anymore. I mean, I did just lose all my screenplays again today, the hard drive failure, but um I'm not kidding that we're living in a world where the Odyssey is huge, the Marvel movies are huge. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. Movies are art to me. And storytelling art. I'm a neoclassicist. I believe that stories should be neoclassical, tragedies or comedies, self-contained. They should throw a punch. They should change your life. They should make an ethical and aesthetic statement that teaches. They should be edifying. Um, If it isn't didactic, then it has no purpose at all. A lot of people consider his movies to be art. Well, what lesson do you learn about life from The Dark Knight? What movies did you write? The only movie I wrote that really came out is The Attic Expeditions. It's not very good. Um, I did work hard on it, though. I painted all the purple parts. I sanded the floors. I get my face bashed in by Seth Green. The Dark Knight ruined Hollywood the same way Steph Curry ruined the NBA. So yeah, The Dark Knight, his Batman movies are a huge and interesting piece of work that leaps forward in some ways, but the way they leap backwards is worse. Um, they made it okay to make your superhero character not have an arc that makes sense in a tragic or comic neoclassical sense. They're about the villains, not the hero. Do you like the Burton Batman movies better? Yeah, and but really, I think the only Batman that counts is the '60s TV show. I think the Adam West is the only Batman. Um, After that, it's just revisionist, postmodern bullshit jobs. The Batman movie's really a near miss. It's one of the first movies I know of, though, where the corporate machine, because they thought it was an IP that they could really make money off of, they fucked with them and fucked with them. They they did a lot of rewrites that toned down. Like I talked to people who worked on it at the time. Sam Hamm's script, the premise of Sam Hamm's script for the first Tim Burton Batman was that Batman is actually the villain. He's so crazy that his behavior summons the Joker to create to fill the void that a superhero could, like the two of them are trashing the city. One piece of evidence to this that remains in the finished movie. Remember at the beginning, you see two guys. You see two guys uh, mug an old lady in an alley. Chris Nolan and his brother are the writers on every Chris Nolan movie, but his three Batman movies have a third writer imposed on them by the size of the intellectual property in the studio. Now, I couldn't sit through Black Panther, Vladimir Putin. I only watched half an hour of it. I thought it was poorly written. Design's great though. I love the design. So yeah, Chris Nolan's writing team is usually him and his brother. I can't remember the name of the other Nolan, but on those Batman movies, there's a third writer, and I think that's why they're better written than his other movies, particularly the second and third ones with Heath Ledger and Tom Hardy. They have a an Ayn Rand influenced kind of Fritz Lang Mabuse kind of urban decay grand vision that's pretty cool, pretty cool. Um, uh, so yeah, the first Burton Batman movie starts with these two guys mug a woman in an alley, or a couple, right? And as they like are fucking them up, Batman is watching from above. And then when they're up on the roof counting the cash, then Batman jumps the robbers. Dig, he lets them do the mugging. He could have prevented it. He just watches the crime happen so that he can then fuck up the robbers after the victims have been victimized. So he's a problem. Like that was sort of the point. What's my opinion on the Dune movies? I like the two new Dune movies, but they aren't real movies. Um, I think a movie should be a self-contained, standalone, 2 hour long neoclassical tragedy. Ideally, it takes place in 12 hours, 24 hours. Like it should be neoclassical modeling. But those Dune movies are pretty good. They're pretty sharp. What's his name? The screenwriter on the first one specializes in spy thrillers. I think that was a good move. He's the writer on Spielberg's Munich, and he's the writer on Robert De Niro's The Good Shepherd. I haven't seen Uncut Gems yet, Marmot. I keep hearing it's great. Um, Chris is, I don't know, he's in the other room doing something. I don't know. Marvel movies are like McDonald's. Some of them are good. They're made too quickly. And then the superhero movies that are good, nobody likes. Like I thought the New Mutants was good. Nobody liked it. I like the Suicide Squad movies. Nobody loves them. I don't. Birds of Prey is really good. I don't. Uh, you're definitely Jew. I smell the Jew all over you. Well, it's a shame that I can't actually smell you, I guess. because I love the smell of shit. Especially animal shit. Like the kind of animals your parents were when they shit you out. Good. I fucking love it. I'm sure you smell really delicious because I love eating shit like you. Um, and you are definitely the kind of scumbag who thinks it's fun to talk shit about Jews where the Jews can't fucking reach you. Because you know if a couple of Jews could fucking put their hands on you, they'd bend you over and teach you a fucking lesson, cocksucker. You wouldn't have the balls to come at a Jew in the real world, would you? You don't have the balls to even beat your own meat in the real world, do you? If you can fucking find it all 1 inch of hard nothingness you call a dick dangling between what passes for legs and your wasted family. I should have given him a chance to respond, but let's just let him, stew. Um, Uncut Gems was a masterpiece of self-contained neoclassical tragedy. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah, that probably is. Yeah, from what I've heard. Yeah, it does actually. It takes place in 24 hours, right? Like it is one of those movies actually. Yeah. About a guy falling apart in a 24-hour period. Yeah, yeah, totally neoclassical tragedy, right? Um, you got bored and came back. Um, You love his books. The Dune, you like the Dune books. I'm looking forward to the third movie, man. I'm curious as to what they're gonna do because Dune Messiah is basically unfilmable. I didn't read them past those first two. I have friends who are really obsessed with those books. I have one close friend from high school who read all the like posthumous sequels that his son like finished writing and stuff, where it like plays out the whole epic over 10,000 years until the Kwisatz Haderach is actually realized. I love that it's based on the life of Muhammad the Prophet, may peace be upon him. I think that's really cool. Um, the books are weird, man. I've thought about reading Dune out loud in here, but it's so uneven. Like I'd end up making fun of it a lot. Came back to you cussing out a guy and slandering his dick. Yeah. Well, what he said right before that was, "You're a Jew. I smell the Jew all over you." Um, yeah. Guys like to insult people like that from a distance. They don't have the balls to come say that in front of a synagogue, motherfucker. Come on. Why don't you bring that to a synagogue? Why don't you say that to the guy smoking cigarettes out behind the synagogue after temple, motherfucker? Who says that? They come in here all the time with that. It's the weird anti-Semitism thing. Is that supposed to be an insult? Well, I mean, for one thing, I guess so. That's weird. Bro, how old are you? Get off your phone and go do something people your age do. Like fuck your mom. She's busy sucking dick in an alley. Tough guy. Why don't you get off your phone and try to find your mom? I, you know, she's sucking a lot of dick, your mom out there sucking dick in the streets like a whore, like your sister. But your mom's not getting paid like your sister does. Why don't you go take care of your family, man? Why don't you go take care of yourself like a guy your age should? Um, I mean, 11, 12 years old, probably it's about time you step up. There's no man in your house, right? And they left a long time ago. You got anything else? Um, that one was fun. Can we have another one? I'm gonna eat some kratom. I measured out my kratom for the day so that I can cut back like at a measured, reasonable pace. And so I have it on a piece of paper. It makes me feel like a junkie. Like scooping this out of the thing is like this is such a druggy thing to do. Look at this. Like I'm gonna dump this into my hand and then dump it into my mouth. Is what I'm about to do. If I had a mirror, I'd lick it off the mirror. Christ. Drugs are gross. Um, oh no. I'm about to spill some. Don't abuse the drugs, Rogan. Um, take care of my family like you did to your daughter. Yeah, that's really funny. I'm sure my poor daughter really needs that from you. That's really helpful for her. Having shown her ass with her mental illness all over the fucking internet. She needs scumbags like you coming in here. What state are you in now, Lars? How are you? I haven't seen you. Um, yeah. I have not seen you for a minute. Um, yeah. Um, right. Molested my daughter. Cute. That's very cute. Why don't you talk to Red about that? See what kind of an answer you get. Duh. I just go unhinged on customers. I work retail and the amount of people disrespect me. Um, what state am I in now? Hold on, hold on. I see the trolls are still active. Yeah, they come in. Um, especially after this. Well, after the road trip, actually, they have not tried to drag my daughters into it much, like they did before. It became clear that there's a mental health issue in play there. Um, Christ. You just go unhinged on customers. I work retail and the amount of people disrespect me and treat me like trash is surprising a lot. I do like to rage bait people. Um, so for one thing, I muted it for a split second because I farted. My Rogan would not do that to his daughters. Anybody? No, I wouldn't. Thank you. They both have mental health issues, my daughters, and they need sympathy and understanding. They don't need this shit. It does not help. Um, what was I gonna say? So retail, like I used to work at a deli in Hollywood, um, where we got a lot of celebrities. But the biggest, so this was a place called Chalet Gourmet. How many kids do you have? I have two, but I've only spent time around one. The older daughter, I've basically really never met. I babysat her like about 10 times on two different occasions when her mom wanted to use me for a free babysitter when she was like 8 or 9 years old. But like, yeah, she probably doesn't even remember me. Um, and I once had dinner with both my daughters and their grandfather to introduce them to each other. Red got sent to live with me when she was 16. I didn't get to spend any time around either of them when they were really young. Um, their moms didn't want me around. Their moms didn't want me to have anything to do with them, either of them. Red ended up living with me because of court. Her mother and stepfather were really abusive, and she got sent to live, a court sent her to live with me. And it kind of fucked up my marriage. It's kind of why my wife left. Poor Red. I don't think she feels real wanted much of the time. But of course, I always miss her. Um, there's this scar where she stabbed me in the face. Um, I'm very proud of that scar. Um, but yeah, she's not entirely stable. Um, yeah, and so the other one I don't talk about. I mean, there's other reasons I don't talk about her. But she's problematic. But mainly I don't know her. Do you think it would be different if you were in their life earlier? Oh yeah, a lot of things would be different. Well, the older daughter definitely has this weird antagonistic sort of made up thing with me that because I wasn't there. Um, and Red, I mean, well, her mental health issues would be the same, I think, for one thing. She started, she went entirely sideways at about 18 and a half. Like her mental health was fine before that. She was totally stable before that. It was weird, actually. Like it came almost out of nowhere. Um, so I don't know. We're really close and we're best friends, but I can't be around her. She gets violent, she's dangerous, she has these episodes. I don't know that any of that would have been different. I just miss her even more. Do you think something or someone triggered it? Well, at the time, she started taking a bunch of medications at once that are all could be culprits, but it shook out into like clearly, dude, you do know that dude you're living with is in love with Red, right? Wouldn't you be? Come on, Red's awesome. Police dude, how are you? Everybody loves Red. That doesn't mean they're going to be creepy about her. Um, I just looked up your name and nothing negative popped up. I don't know what these trolls are talking about. No, the troll channels, you can find the troll channels. You can find the people lying about me. Meds and drugs can make schizophrenia worse. It happened to one of my close friends. So whatever was wrong with her, it wasn't there. And then we got our insurance straight after I got divorced. So we both like went to the doctors and she got on Adderall and bupropion and some kind of birth control all at once. She's a little bit older than 18. And like the next day, she started doing this weird thing where she was talking in circles. Um, uh, Within a year or two, it became clearly, I don't know whether it's schizophrenia or it seems like BPD to me, but Red really hates it when you tell her she's BPD. Sometimes so she'll put up, she likes being called schizophrenic, but she does not like being called BPD. I don't know, it's a tomato thing. Um, she needs to be medicated for it, but as an artist and a musician, it might. I mean, you guys have seen like now she goes through these episodes for a couple of days, just stone cold flip out and just burns down everything she can get near verbally and physically, and then she's fine. And she's the Red we all love. Um, so so I hope she gets better. I don't, like I said, if she got into the hospital system, they would medicate the fuck out of her and it would ruin her artistic abilities, I do believe. You look like you're in your 60s. I'm 55. Um, so close. Uh, 25 likes. I see 24. Um, thank you for liking me. Um, yeah, I don't want to get mad at Chris Nolan movies. So he's one of the reasons that I don't go see movies anymore. I just think all the new movies are bad. I don't, I, I watched like 15, I think 16 movies that came out in January of 2025, trying to, come up with stuff that I could recommend in the channel for 2025. Um, but, the only movie I saw that was any good at all was Swedish, which like makes me feel like this should come on, can't the Americans step up? This is an American field. Why are you guys letting the foreigners make us look bad? Um, Watching the eclipse. Wait, can I see that here? I like him because he doesn't use CG. And what is your opinion on CGI? Uh, Chris Nolan? Okay, so that's one thing that's cool. Uh, I think the practical and now I don't think there's any reason to make a religious point of it like he tries to. He's got good taste in reflexes and flexes. He's got in his aesthetic, he's got good taste. He's not a very good writer or director. Um, let's invade Australia and kidnap Chris Nolan. Is he in Australia? Is that where they made the Odyssey? I thought they made the Odyssey like, well, for he needs to make a Star Wars movie. I think he would do well. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Like, but I mean, I don't like Star Wars movies either. I like the prequel trilogy. I think those are good. And the original episode four. Other than those, I don't think they're very good. Um, they got their moments. They need Muppets. They need more Muppets. Like I'm so done with Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, that third trilogy, there's not enough monsters and they aren't Muppets. That's all I like. I was born in 71, so like Empire Strikes Back came out when I was in fourth grade. No, I don't like Empire Strikes Back much, Sludgy. It is great. Like it's a truly great movie. I just don't like it much. I don't think um it's too competently written and directed. Like I think George Lucas is an autistic genius who is truly brilliant, and he doesn't make good movies. He makes great movies. Like it's like he just shoots past goodness to greatness. Um, I think Empire Strikes Back does a really good job of crafting a decent movie that's a sequel to Star Wars, but it's a normal movie. Like it's put together rationally. It's not a work of timeless weird genius like episode four. And like the prequel trilogy, all three of the prequel trilogy have the magic. I don't think Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi really do. They're good movies. I think that's actually part of the problem. Um, Skipper Bain, I have done better, but I have been worse. A New Hope. Yeah, that's the only really great one, A New Hope. And I think the third prequel movie might be, though I haven't watched it again. Do you dislike The Godfather because it's a trilogy? No, I only really like Godfather 2 though. Um, I think the first one is sort of a mess. It's good. Francis Ford Coppola clearly took it as a work for hire. They hated those movies, the guys who made them. Al Pacino hated Godfather 2 so much he refuses to talk about it. They all insisted on taking huge pay increases just to do it at all. Um, yeah, that's like a prime example of. I also don't think Star Wars is meant for kids because of its suggestive content and its constant violence. So the first one, yeah, he the climate in Hollywood in the mid 70s was such that it seems hard to remember now, but trippy science fiction was not intended for children before Star Wars. Uh, After 2001 and Planet of the Apes, Star Wars movies became an adult genre, like war movies or erotic dramas. They weren't Star Wars being intended largely for children and family audiences was kind of a leap, and the studio didn't really want that movie to be that way. Uh, Lucas says he always intended it to be for kids. Yeah, but he had to fight for that. They wouldn't let him make Flash Gordon, which is amazing. He wanted to do a remake of Flash Gordon first, and the people with the IP wouldn't let him. Um, then he had a bunch of really good writers work uncredited on that script. Huck and Katz, is that how they pronounce their name? They wrote and directed Messiah of Evil before they wrote the shooting draft of Star Wars uncredited, and then that's later why they got to write and direct Howard the Duck, because George Lucas fucking owed them because Star Wars was apparently just not a good script before they got hold of it. Um, but yeah, the studio wanted more of an adult movie. Like, look at the science fiction movies, major science fiction movies that came out between. You know what? I'm gonna do a little thing. Hold on. Um, so between Star Wars is what? Spring of 1977? Um, okay, so what did I say? Planet of the Apes and 2001, so that's 1968. Um, let's see. Movie. I'm doing an IMDb search thing. Release date. Let's say 1968 to 1977. Uh, and number of votes, 5,000. So we're only going to catch the big movies. And only science fiction movies. Um, I guess we could I always hit include adult titles, but I don't think that's gonna count here. Let's see. See results. Okay, by popularity, but I want it by release date. So I can run through like how that went. Okay, so before Planet of the Apes in 2001, science fiction was bullshit for stoned people and children like it is now. Then those happen back to back. In fact, they open like a weekend apart. Planet of the Apes is really cerebral, has a really overwritten script by Rod Serling. And 2001, of course, is the most brainiac science fiction movie ever made. So I've got it in order now, and it's only the big ones. There's 75 movies. Planet of the Apes, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Charlie, which is based on Flowers for Algernon. It's about the retarded guy who's made a genius temporarily by a drug and then relapses. Destroy All Monsters, the Godzilla movie. Barbarella, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. That's not science fiction. The Valley of Gwangi. Marooned, which is a very serious astronaut drama starring Gregory Peck. By the way, if you've never seen Marooned, spectacular movie. NASA helped make it. Colossus, the Forbin Project, which is about an AI taking over the world. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. THX 1138, which is George Lucas's first movie. It's a dystopian Brave New World 1984 type thing. Stars Robert Duvall. It's really good. The Andromeda Strain, that's based on an early book by Michael Crichton who wrote Jurassic Park. Then Escape from the Planet of the Apes, another Godzilla movie. The Omega Man with Charlton Heston, I Am Legend was a remake of it. A Clockwork Orange, Solaris, the Russian science fiction epic. Silent Running, which Douglas Trumbull directed. It's an ecological drama. Bruce Dern is in it. It's about a guy running off into deep space with the last greenhouse and the last trees from Earth. Slaughterhouse-Five, based on the Kurt Vonnegut book. Then another Planet of the Apes sequel. Then Soylent Green, which is a overpopulation, like the famous joke, Soylent Green is people. Charlton Heston again. Fantastic Planet, the French science fiction animated movie. Very brainiac, very, if you've never seen Fantastic Planet. Then Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Then Westworld. Then Zardoz. If you haven't seen Zardoz, just go see it. Then Dark Star, John Carpenter and Dan O'Bannon's student film. The Cars That Ate Paris, I wouldn't count that. Phase 4, which is about intelligent ants doing sort of, don't tell me you just like Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves, wait, isn't Matt Reeves the director who committed suicide, who directed The Conquering Worm? No, is that what it's called? The Witchfinder General. Or is there a different Matt Reeves? The Stepford Wives, which is there's a few children. I'm skipping some Disney movies here, by the way. Escape to Witch Mountain. A Boy and His Dog, based on the Harlan Ellison story, which is a dystopian movie like The Road. Death Race 2000, dark R-rated science fiction comedy with Sylvester Stallone, Paul Bartel, same screenwriter who wrote The Little Shop of Horrors for Roger Corman. Then Rollerball, which is great. The Man Who Fell to Earth with David Bowie. Definitely not for children. Logan's Run, again, a dystopian. It's not meant for children at all. I'm skipping some dumb monster movies. Then there's Demon Seed, which is based on an early Demon Seed's great, by the way. It's about an AI. He did the new Batman, Cloverfield, and the new Planet of the Apes movies. Oh yeah, I couldn't watch those Planet of the Apes movies because the special effects look like such crap, but Cloverfield's great. I couldn't get into the new Batman, but I mean, I appreciate it. Like, I don't like Batman movies much, so, but I mean, come on, Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, like, there's too much to like about that movie to be dismissive of it. Who's my favorite Disney princess? Is it Snow White? For sure. I think Snow White is one of the greatest movies ever made. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is just the ape special. Yeah, they don't look real at all. It looks like CG crap. Motion capture always looks like crap. It looks like animation layered over real shit. Why can't you use real shit? Or if you can't make it look real, don't do it. I think the Avatar movies look like shit. I think all the Marvel movies look like shit. The CG always looks like shit. I don't know. It's like growing up on anime makes you think that realistic styled anime looks realistic because you've been trained. You've been trained by the CG itself to think that the CG looks good, just like the AI has been trained to think its own drivel is something other than drivel. Step back, wait 10 years. All those movies look terrible. They just look terrible. None of this CG, it's animation. It's animation. You're just putting cartoons in the real movies. Why don't you stick to making real movies or make animated movies? Just quit trying to bullshit me that cartoons are real. Like, CG always looks bad. CG looks good if you use it to touch things up and you can hide it entirely and you have no idea that it's CG. Like in like the Mad Max Fury Road when they painted in CG landscapes behind the actual practical stunt work. I don't yeah, I mean, I just think it always looks like cheap garbage. And you can see that they are cheap garbage. Those movies always entirely outside the CG, except for the Avatar movies. Those people, their job is to shoot 6 pages a day willy-nilly and not give a fuck about how good the acting is or how good the takes are. I mean, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies actually try to sell you on the idea that an entire non-human species, elves, the way you can tell they're not human is they've got the same bad blonde dye job and pointy ears. Dude, those are people. I don't know what to tell you. It can look like cheap garbage, but I don't, I mean, I don't, those Planet of the Apes movies look terrible. They just look terrible. I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't watch those movies. I did watch the first 15 or 20 minutes of two of them. One of them expected me to care about these ape characters like right away. It starts with like half an hour of ape characters with subtitles. Like you're what you're doing is the Star Wars holiday special. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was really dumb when it was Chewbacca's family. Why are you doing that to me now? Come on. How dumb do you think I am? I'm not a child. I'm not a child. Um, that's because it's a trilogy. Well, that's not a movie. That's something else. That's a different kind of narrative. That's not, it's a trilogy means that they don't have to put the work in. It is a fair criticism. A movie is a self-contained neoclassical tragedy or comedy. You shouldn't need any reference to any other movie to follow it. You shouldn't need to understand any lore beyond the movie. Look at Shakespeare's series of five tragedies that have Falstaff as a supporting character. They're all interrelated. You can read and consume each one. How Hocus Pocus is rated for kids. I never saw Hocus Pocus when it came out, and I saw it many years later, and I was like, "Oh, that's really good, actually." Um, well, sure. Yeah, Sludgy, the only ones who like all the good art are art dealers, is how Oscar Wilde put it. Um, you shouldn't like anything just because it's good. You should have reasons. Yeah, I don't. I mean, these Star Wars movies have that problem too. Only the first one, only Star Wars Episode 4, really is a self-contained neoclassical tragedy in the right sense. Luke loses his family to gain the world. He says at the beginning he wants to gain the world, and he doesn't follow that he's going to lose everything to get there. By the end of Episode 4, it's clear he's won the war, but he's still lost his home. Hey, baby Grizz. At the end of Episode 4, we don't even know where he's going to sleep that night after that awards ceremony. That's how homeless he is. Um, none of the other movies do that. So yeah, and then Star Wars happens. Then Star Wars happens. So all those adult-oriented science fiction movies, Demon Seed, Future World, Logan's Run, The Man Who Fell to Earth, this is all Rollerball. This is what's typical. The first of that Apes trilogy does stand on its own. It's the very last one that doesn't. Um, I just think that that's, I mean, I don't, my voice is so soothing, you're falling asleep. I'm already asleep. I've been asleep for years. We got 7 minutes until I'm gonna go over and do a reading stream, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Um, yeah, this is part of the reason why I'm not interested in writing movies anymore. You can't, the the form is turning into something that um me. Uh, um, like I don't care to see narratives like that. If I wanted to watch something like that, I would watch Star Trek or I would read like Balzac novels. There's like an interrelated series of like 50 books. Like Arboreal Octopi, how are you? And in fact, those don't like those each stand alone actually. They're like the Waverly novels. Your favorite Disney princess is Belle or Tiana? Okay, which movies are those in? Okay, Bella's Little Mermaid, right? Um, I don't really like The Little Mermaid. I know that's weird. It's too careful. Like they had to make sure The Little Mermaid was a hit. It's too cute. It's too for little kids. Um, if someone gave you the ability to make the movie, would you take it? I mean, they won't though. They don't want people who are talented and focused on movies like I wouldn't make a movie unless it was educational and edifying. I wouldn't make a movie unless it makes a point and changes lives. Um, they make sure you don't do that now. Um, all the new movies that are intended for the kids that are full of CG that play abroad, they're they're entirely vapid on purpose. They make sure there's no sexualized content because they have to play in 50 different Asian markets where the rules about nudity and touching each other are different. So they just don't have romances in them anymore. They have to be translated, subtitled in 50 different languages. So all the dialogue is monosyllabic. There's no character development to speak of because it needs to read the same across cultures. The movie palaces abroad in the Far East, in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, They like movies to run 2 hours and 25 minutes. So that's how long the movies are, even though it's antithetical to making a family entertainment for actual children. This is a vapid dying. It's dying. The whole industry is dying. There's nothing wrong with enjoying those movies. Sure, lots of people like bad art, but I wouldn't be engaged in it. Um, yeah, you don't. Your opinion doesn't have to be right. In fact, every opinion is wrong. Not the Little Mermaid, it's Beauty and the Beast. Oh, it's Belle and Beauty and the Beast, right? I like the original Beauty and the Beast better, the Cocteau movie, La Belle et la Bête. Um, yeah, Beauty and the Beast is really good though, but the songs suck. Um, Life with Addison. I was probably your age when that movie came out. I don't know how old you are, but I think I was 19 or 20, and I dropped acid to watch it. I rented it from a video store. Um, why did I drop acid to watch? I think it was a coincidence. Like I came home high as fuck on acid, and I was like, "What did I rent earlier before I got high at the party?" And I had The Little Mermaid. I mean, not The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. Like that opening sequence with the stained glass thing. Like that was one of those moments where I was like 10 minutes into the movie, I was like, okay, you couldn't pay me to be anywhere in the world but right here watching this movie. Um, yeah, but the songs are like the movies they made when Walt was alive, they had that brilliant songwriter. I can't remember his name, but all the really great nonsense lyric songs from the early Disney movies, it's the same songwriter. You're 22, Acid is Diabolical. Um, yeah. The best thing about LSD is you can always find the devil in every mirror. You just have to keep looking. Um, you're gonna try to make a horror book. You love horror books and Stephen King's books. More power to you. Um, yeah, the Pixar movies are deeply vapid too, though, are boreal octopi. Like, what lesson about life do you learn from Toy Story or Bug's Life? They don't want to teach the children. I don't get it. Yeah, so the early Disney movies, the songwriter, okay, same songwriter, zippity doo dah, zippity a. Also, chim chimney, chim chim chiree, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Those are all the same songwriter. Um, hi ho, it's off to work we go. All of his songs are like that. They're fucking brilliant, man. That guy was insanely brilliant. When he died, he was in his like 90s or something. And when I read the list of what he'd done, I was like, oh my God, how did Disney would never have existed without that guy? Um, Bug's Life has a powerful meaning about cooperation and all that, you know. It worked better in Seven Samurai though, in Magnificent Seven, the movies it's ripped off from. The Incredibles I haven't seen. Red really likes that one, Sludgy. She was telling me I have to see that. I think I want to say when I put Red onto Watchmen, she told me The Incredibles was like Watchmen for children, which I was like, that sounds cool, actually. Um, I don't uh I don't know when I stopped watching new children's movies. Oh, you know what? When Red was a kid, I watched Tangled with her. I thought Tangled was great. Is that Pixar? Or did they count that as like a mainline Disney movie? But Tangled was fucking great. Um, I haven't seen it since it came out. About how the big people control the little people. Um, well, yeah, I mean, Seven Samurai, I mean, that's the DreamWorks. Okay, DreamWorks. Yeah, the Spielberg Katzenberg company. Was it Spielberg Geffen Katzenberg? Kastenberg? Oh my God, SGK. Um, which movie is it? Shrek has all the references to Eisner at Disney. Like the original Shrek, like the evil villain guy looks just like Michael Eisner at Disney. And my understanding is the script was full of like jokes that are references to Eisner that like were just meant to get under Eisner's skin. And if you worked at Disney, you would be laughing at all these jokes you wouldn't get if you didn't work at Disney. Um, yeah, Ratatouille I couldn't get into. I didn't give it much of a chance, but I think I would have liked it when I was a kid. Everybody always tells me I look like that critic. They're right. Like the nose, like I totally like there's a touch of me in that character. Um, yeah, it's just I don't know. I liked the Puss in Boots movie, I guess. I don't I think children's movies should have more balls. Brad Bird. Brad Bird is the guy, right? Who made the Iron Giant. Am I remembering that right? Um, am I remembering that right? Who is Brad Bird and what has he made? Let's see. Um, I liked Iron Giant a lot. Right, or The Incredibles. What else has he made? Ratatouille, the Iron Giant. If I'd understood that was the Iron Giant guy, I would have given Ratatouille more of a chance. I only watched like 20 minutes of it. I couldn't get into it. Um, the fuck? He has a credit for senior creative team on the Toy Story 4. They made a 4? Oh yeah, Brave. Yeah, that's kind of a well, there's kind of a story there. I refuse to see Brave. Do you like Spirited Away? Of course, man. Miyazaki is the fucking best. Oh my God. Um, why is it showing me senior creative team credits? That's not even a real credit. What are you doing? Tomorrowland. I wanted to see Tomorrowland. That looked really fun. The live action movie he made that flopped. And he directed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Huh, I remember now that he directed one of those. And he worked on The Simpsons. He directed a short called The Spirit in 1980, really? He directed an episode of Amazing Stories. He must be my age. They just came out with Toy Story 5. Um, what a weird there's one of those things where people who make animation don't have the credits, right? That's not his whole resume. Incredibles 2, Tomorrowland, Ratatouille, um, bunch of spin-offs from The Incredibles. He really does go all the way back to working for Spielberg in the 80s. He wrote Batteries Not Included in 1987. That's crazy. And he wrote 2 episodes of Amazing Stories. He must be older than me. The Main Attraction. Huh. Um, I only saw Toy Story 1 and 2. Um, I just didn't like at what point are you beating a dead horse? He's underrated. I don't know. Well, maybe it's because Red really loves his work. That he's certainly he's making sure his movies are good. Like that's actually not enough credits to like he's being an artist. He's making sure he's not bullshitting them, or he'd be cranking them out like quicker than that. Um, that's really interesting. What did he work with Tom Cruise on? That's weird. He's from Montana. Um, he's not good at talking. Their quote on his homepage is a dumb quote. But screenwriters aren't, at least when I'm neck deep in screenwriting, I lose my ability to be witty and clever when I'm not writing. Like you spend 6 hours a day putting sentences together and you're all mumbles and marbled mouthed when you try to when you try to be like clever on your own outside the writing arena. Um, all right, guys. I'm gonna uh I'm gonna change formats. I'm gonna take a leak and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna read The Island of Dr. Moreau some more. It's gonna be I haven't seen the Polar Express yet, Ian is cool because I was saving it to watch while I'm tripping when it came out, and then I just have never caught up with it. Also, the Christmas Carol they did with Jim Carrey with the same people. But Robert Zemeckis, his Beowulf is fucking amazing. It's really underrated. Has a screenplay by Neil Gaiman, has a really good cast. I really liked that movie. Um, yeah, I forgot about the Polar Express. I was saving it to watch on acid, and then I just never did. Um, uh, it's I'm remembering right, and then and Monster House is the other one they made with the same company in the same process, which was really really good. Has a script by the guys who wrote Heat Vision and Jack for Ben Stiller, which was a failed pilot that was really brilliant. Polar Express, yeah, I mean, there's a lot I gotta catch up with. I'm trying to just watch all the silent movies ever made in order. I just don't I don't like movies anymore. I feel like they've ruined the whole form. I did like The Cable Guy when it came out, but I haven't seen it since then. Um, yeah, I think it's really underrated too. Who's it? Matthew Broderick is the like straight man in that movie. Um, oh, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I can go through it again. Um, thank you for being here, guys. I'm very, very, very grateful to you all for one of the few movies he's decent in. Oh, Carrey's always good. He's just in some dumb comedies. He's always good. Oh man, Kick-Ass 2. He's so good in Kick-Ass 2. Yep. President Vladimir Putin, I think I decided today that I'm not going to engage in filmmaking anymore. I mean, I'll probably reverse myself on that, but especially this conversation about Christopher Nolan and the Odyssey and Marvel and Star Wars movies, it's not for me. It just isn't, there's no way to make great stories the way that I would want to make them in that space. Um, yeah, I love Jim Carrey and everything too. Um, they don't they don't want movies that improve the mind worlds of the people watching them. They just want money. Um, you can change the film industry, can you? I mean, I should set out to write and sell a script to so I have some kind of retirement, but I'd rather just plan to kill myself, frankly. I mean, a gun is cheaper than this laptop. Um, did you find a phone shop? Yes, I sold my phone today. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be here at all anymore. I don't want to be or do anything. So I don't think I am going to try to engage in filmmaking anymore or talk about it. Um, I think it's a shame that I ever learned this much about movies. Uh, I should have seen that it was a dying art, that it would be impossible to make good movies by the time I was 40. Um, and even insofar as it's possible to make good movies, it's no longer possible for me to relate to the youth of the bourgeois in such a way as to be able to entertain and edify them. I've seen too much suffering. There's too much that's gone wrong in the world. Um, I feel like movies are entirely a distraction and interest and hobby, but I don't have hobbies or interests. I just want to be dead, and all my hobbies have been ruined. Everything I owned was taken away from me. 10,000 piece library, all comic books, all my cats. Positive thing to end the stream on. I mean, this is the, who cares whether it's positive? There's a lot left to do in the world. Um, I just don't, you're so above us all. No, no, I've been battered until I live below. I live in the outer depths. Um, no, 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 you're all too good for me. I still have wisdom to speak. Um, but storytelling is, yeah, there's no, an audience that thinks that these Chris Nolan Batman movies are good, that thinks the Odyssey is good, that thinks those Marvel movies are good. They don't have a use for, um, they don't have a use for the kind of movies I would care to write. Um, I don't like storytelling just for its own sake. I feel like storytelling is the medium through which you deliver education, edification. You improve the morals, and I think the human mind was built by God to learn moral and ethical lessons from storytelling, the Bible being the most dramatic example of this. When you take out the part where you learn a lesson, what you leave is no longer worth taking an interest in. You like can the like Nolan movies and also like the movies you're talking about. My movie taste is all over the place. I mean, you know, everybody's is who's just paying attention, but I don't A lot of indie movies are shit too. I think all the new movies are bad. I haven't seen anything good new in many, many years. Uh, the few movies that are good, they're reactionary and intentionally non-movies. So like the animated Spider-Man movie is a good example. Not a real movie. Brilliant, but not a real movie. Mother exclamation point with Jennifer Lawrence. Brilliant, but not a real movie. Mandy with Nicolas Cage, another one I really liked. It's not it's empty of real educational or edificational value. It's not um I liked Good Boy last year. That's an independent movie. Didn't love it. Um, I really liked The Ugly Stepsister, but it's not American for one thing. Um, yeah, I'm not. I don't. I wouldn't give up on the cinema just because the big movies are bad. What goes best with coffee? Um, Rum. That's what I want in my coffee right now. And some Kahlua, some rum and some Kahlua, and then maybe a big thing of whipped cream. Was that the one with the dog's perspective? Yeah. Um, but because they used a real dog, they couldn't rough the dog up, Sludgy. Halfway through the movie, I realized there needs to be a scene where the dog actually fights the ghosts and gets torn the fuck up. But because they used a real cute dog, yeah, I am gonna do a reading, Addison, just in just a minute. Do I like any of the Halloween movies? I particularly like Halloween 2. A rogue mod banned Randy Copperstone. I very much banned him on purpose myself. Why would I unban that son of a bitch? Who are you? Perhaps I should ban you. He said yesterday a rogue mod banned him. I banned him. And it wasn't yesterday. I mean, maybe he said it yesterday. Um, you like Halloween 4? I like the first three, but Halloween 2 is my favorite. I was like it was almost the first R-rated movie I ever saw. I saw it a bunch on cable TV when I was 10 or 11. You're in a Discord with him. I mean, I don't remember what I banned him for, but I do remember that I banned him. There's a Discord and someone put John Porky in it. Great. We don't even like hearing about him in here. He's mental. Yeah, I know. There's something really wrong with that guy. That poor fucking guy. Um, uh, Halloween 2 was one of the first movies with a Steadicam operator. The photography is incredible looking. The story is one focused through line. Uh, he said he was trying to insult a hater and you thought Randy was insulting you. At some point, I'm going to unban everybody and unmod everybody again, and he can come back in then. Um, it's clearly inferior to the first when you watch them back to back. Well, I mean, I don't know. I always like the second one better when I watch them. I don't think I've ever watched them back to back. Randy was insulting somebody who was hating and you thought he was insulting you. I remember it. I don't remember it in detail. Um, I don't, uh, gee, that's a shame. I remember banning him and I'm the one who did it. So, you just said he said a rogue mod banned him. And now you're saying I thought he was insulting me. They're meant to be watched back to back. Yes and no. Uh, let's see. Shut the fuck up, you bitch. What, Ian? Your head hurts, you want some water. Yeah, but a mod banned him. No, I banned him. I remember that. I remember the name. I definitely banned him. Um, please unban Randy. I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna go do a reading stream, you guys. I will see you guys over there. Thanks for playing. Feed me some water. Oh, I've got some water here for you. Here, pour some water in there. Aren't you one of those guys from Tyler's stream? I think so, Sludgy. I think so. I don't know why, like your um life with Addison. I'll see you guys over there. I am going to duck out of the. I mean, if it really matters to him, let him know. I'm going to monthly unban and unmod everyone, and reset. Because yeah, I don't trust any of those guys either. They're gonna worm into my mods and do weird shit, man. I don't want to mod anyone I don't know for sure is gonna actually be a mod. Hey Nolan, I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna duck over and read some of the Island of Dr. Moreau in the other format. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I was really disgruntled earlier. I'm pretending I'm feeling okay for 3 hours for you guys is really helpful. It's really helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I wish I could actually be cheerful. That would really be best. You should totally mob me so I can overthrow you. Um, it's weird how there's like a dozen different ways people like to approach trying to destroy the chat from within. Um, um, but they can't get around me, not Dr. Rogan. All right, so I'm going to read some more of the Island of Dr. Moreau. I guess tonight is part 3 of the Island of Dr. Moreau stream, huh? I think we're getting to the Speaker of the Law tonight, which is the best part of that book. I will see you guys over there in just a couple minutes. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you so much.